Alright, I appear to not be dead yet. And also my dog is now sitting on the bed in this room, which means that she can't scratch the door trying to get in, so... that might be taken as a good sign. Let's see. Let me see also if I can... change up this thing, because this is the... change back to the Chrono Cross thing, which I think would probably be a little bit more fitting to... this... thing that I would ostensibly actually be playing today. Sure, this will do, but also I want to change this. I don't know, at least center it a little bit. And maybe move this back. I don't know like exactly how that worked. Yeah, probably just have it like this. Seems more sensible. But yeah, I think I can actually maybe possibly proceed like this if... which I guess I would also actually have to change this back. Well, if he changes back, I never actually changed it to that yet today. Let's change this to retro if I'm actually going to be playing a video game today. Well, two things actually, but it's really that. I want to add not just the 100% thing, but the casual thing. I feel like those things are not mutually exclusive. But yeah, let's see if I can figure out how to do things and try not to... well, it's not really up to me. I would say try not to get freaking interrupted by power cuts, but that's not really up to me now, is it? So if that happens again, that's just gonna be a thing. And that would actually be a particularly bad thing if it were to happen at any point in the future over the course of today, in which I would do a series of things which I would really hope I would not have to repeat. But let's see. What do I need to do? I need to restart this spot again, so that it's at least there. It might cause the thing to send a third notice in my server, if it even sent a second one. I haven't even opened up Discord again to see if it did that or not, but it would not surprise me if it did, and I guess there is one thing that I can do to prevent it from doing so. I think I'll do that now, actually. Well, two things. This thing for one. I think that's how that works. Let me actually click a few things so I can quickly confirm it. Okay, yeah, that's all I need to do. But yeah, it's definitely still raining, and it's probably going to continue for a while, which I would usually consider a very good thing, but it's like maybe a little bit annoying if it means that it's going to do this kind of thing to me and just interrupt everything when I'm trying to do this. So I just kind of hope that that won't happen again. I mean, it happened twice already, and I'm sure I'm not the only person that noticed. So I would hope that some kind of step would be taken, and yeah, just like some very low kind of thunder rumbles in the distance, which is causing some stirring within the canine. But at least that's not being expressed by scratches anymore. Let me see. Oh yeah, I need to open like multiple things again to make this work. I need to open this, I need to open this. I had all this open before, but obviously I need to do all this again, and then I should just be able to open this, I hope. It continues to happen. I don't even know if any of these, what are they called? Any of these like very distant thunder sounds, which are kind of audible to me, are audible to the microphone at all, but I wouldn't be surprised if they weren't. That would pretty much be my expectation, as a matter of fact. necessarily need to choose a book, or can that be random as well? That's a good question, actually. I don't think anyone actually... That's yet another thing where nobody really made use of that yet. So I had something in mind. It's not a great thing right now that's present there. But yeah, I do see that, I'm looking at the page again now, and I do see that I put a number next to each book, so it's probably specifically for that reason. If you want to redeem that now, just let me know. So yeah, if you want like both the book and the page number to be randomized, which I guess would be so based on that that redemption that just... Yeah, okay, there we go. I wasn't sure if that was gonna show up in this version of the chat at all, but yeah, that's the redemption, so let's see. Random book of your choice, so I suppose I will just make this random. I think pretty much all of these books I would be fine with reading from right now. Let me just open up a new window so I can go to the place which I would ostensibly used to... Yes, I know. To do this, and I guess, yeah, pick a number between 1 and 29 for the book. The reason that list is so short right now is because most of the books that I actually have are either... Well, the rest of the books, most of the books from, I guess, that I could also use to pad that out would be either in Spanish or would be books that I haven't actually read through yet, so... What I kind of thought about was including those, but I would have to specifically say, like for that section of them, it's something that I would only be able to read the very beginning of it, so I don't skip ahead and read something funny, because I assume that I have them for a reason, or just read in Spanish, but I don't know if I would implement that in as much of a hurry. But anyway, I'm stalling here. So a number between 1 and 29 will be 13, totally the luckiest number in the world, which is... Oh man, it's a book that I read during my first year of university when I was in a part of the university that I didn't actually stay in because I figured out eventually that I would rather do something else. So this is, you know, what better book to encompass that feeling than Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. But actually not exactly sure where I put that. I guess I gotta look at the page number at least so I can figure out which page I would read from if I actually get that. So let's see. Between 1 and 396. The number would be 192, so let me see if I can actually get up and figure out where that is. It should be just over there, then that place that you can't see at all. But I hope that I can just find it quickly. Alright, that wasn't too hard. If you read a book from a book, read a passage from a book in Spanish but didn't translate it to English, I mean, that wouldn't be beyond the realm of impossibility, but I get the feeling that it would just be kind of redundant most of the time, since I'm pretty sure most of the books that I have in Spanish here would actually be translations. Oh hey, might have to take a little bit of license here, since I just, I found page 192 and it's literally like a 3-line paragraph that's just before a chapter break, so maybe I should take a little bit of license and read a little bit from the page right after that, which would be 193. 7 is the first word that's written on that page. Let me take a look at the index. I don't remember exactly how this is laid out. Let's see if I can figure out what that means. Right, so we got... Okay, apparently this is... well, you could probably hear that. You can tell the cause for some of the problems, the technical difficulties that I've been experiencing. But apparently, according to the index, there's 1, 2, 3 parts that the book has, and there are a total of 14 chapters that are contained within these 3 parts, so I would be reading from the beginning of chapter 7, which is in part 2, I think. Yep, it's the middle of part 2. Subtitle Vampire Hunter. The chapter is called The Fatal First, and it begins with a quote, which I guess I will read separately. And then I will read the actual thing for a bit. The quote says, I have now come to the... Actually, maybe I should figure out like a... something a bit more generic for my... I don't know. Would this be a fitting soundtrack for me reading from a book? I think there's like one thing that I could probably imagine as being more fitting for just reading from a book in general. Let me see if I can find it here. Because I just added this entire OST to my... Here we go, to my playlist, and this is... How long? This is a 6-minute track, so ostensibly it will be enough. Okay, so here we go. So the quote says, like I said, I have now come to the conclusion never again to think of marrying, and for this reason I can never be satisfied with anyone who would be blockhead enough to have me. The quote is attributed to Abraham Lincoln in a letter to Mrs. Orville H. Browning, dated April 1st, 1838. So how is that for an opener? And now for a little bit from the actual chapter itself, probably just like a few pages, just a couple. Apparently most of these of the text that's actually within this couple of pages is like a quotation within the text. I'm not even sure how this works, but kind of assumed this to be the case, but anyway. Time for me to quit stalling, or this is gonna take more than 6 minutes. So here it goes. 1. Abe was on the 2nd floor of a plantation house. He'd seen so many of them on his trips down the Mississippi. The oversized 4-columned wonders built by the hands of slaves. But he'd never been inside, not until tonight. I held Jack in my arms, his innards visible, through the slit that ran across his belly. I saw the color leave his face, saw the fear in his eyes, and then the nothingness. My brave, sturdy friend, the roughest man in Clary's Grove, gone. And yet I could not grieve him now, for I too remained perilously close to death. It had been another simple errand, another name on Henry's list, but this place was different. Extraordinary. Abe was on his knees, certain he'd stumbled into some kind of vampire hive. How many there were I did not know. I set Jack's body down and entered a long 2nd floor hallway, axe in hand. My long coat torn by the very claws that had taken my friend's life. Open doors ran the length of this corridor, and as I walked cautiously forward, each revealed a scene more horrid than the last. In one, the tiny bodies of 3 children hung from ropes by their ankles, their throats cut. Pails placed beneath them to catch their blood. In another, the withered, white-eyed corpse of a woman in a rocking chair. One of her skeletal hands rested atop the head of a child in her lap, not quite as decayed as she. Down in the corridor, the remains of a woman lying in bed. Farther, a squat vampire with a stake through his heart. All the while, I heard the sounds of the floors creaking around me. Above and below, I crept down the corridor, closer to the grand staircase at its end. On reaching its railing, I turned back to perceive the whole of the hallway. Suddenly there was a vampire before me. Though I could not see his face against the light, he took the axe from my hand and threw it aside, lifted me clear off the ground by my collar. Now I saw his face. It was Henry. It is your purpose to free men from tyranny, Abraham, he said, and to do so, you must die. Upon this, he threw me over the railing. My body fell towards the foyer's marble. How would you say that actually? The foyer's marble floor, and fell for all time. It was the last nightmare Abe would ever have in New Salem. It had taken him months to emerge from the crippling depression brought on by Anne's death. And while it had renewed his hatred of vampires, he found himself without the energy and passion to hunt them. Now, when a letter from St. Louis arrived in Henry's handwriting, it might go unopened for days, and once opened, it might be weeks before Abe attended to the name inside. Sometimes, if the errand required too much travel, he sent Jack Armstrong in his stead. His despondency is clear in an entry dated November 18th, 1836. I have given too much of myself already. Henceforth I shall hunt only when it is convenient for me to do so, and only because it honors the memory of my angel mother. Only because it honors Anne's memory. I care not for the unsuspecting gentleman on the darkened city streets. I care not for the Negroes sold at auction, or the child taken from its bed. Protecting them has not profited me in the least. On the contrary, it has left me even poorer, for the items my errands require are furnished at my own expense. And the days and weeks spent hunting are days and weeks without a wage. If what Henry says is the truth, if I am truly meant to free men from tyranny, then I must begin by freeing myself. There is nothing for me here in New Salem. The store is failed, and I fear the village is not far behind. Henceforth, my life shall be my own. Alright, I think that's probably enough, because that's the better part of 3 pages there. I think not quite 3 pages, but it pretty much is, if you consider the text content of the first one there. So, there you go, that was the passage from Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter by Seth Grahame Smith, which got made into a movie which I don't think I actually bothered watching, but I think I pretty much just grabbed this from like a shop just because of novelty. And I read through it because it's actually a pretty easy read. It's like a pretty easily digestible read from what I recall, even though it's been like it's been about a decade since I read this now that I think about it, but I do remember thinking of it that way. But yeah, there we go. That was the first ever dramatic reading redemption. I sure hope that it was worthwhile. And now I can close this. Oh, do I still have this thing randomized? No, I don't. Something else that I have to turn on again. So this is now just would now just be playing the entirety of the Bloodstained OST, at least from that point. Not randomized, which is as nice as that sounds, I probably shouldn't bother with right now, because right now I should theoretically be able to just go into this and, in spite of the loud noises being still somewhat prominent outside my window, I haven't really had any further problems with the power, which is nice. Means that I can now ostensibly, well, maybe turn down the volume on this a little bit, since it seemed to be a bit of a problem before. And there we go, that still works. Well, maybe not so much a problem, but like a bit of an inconvenience, and yeah. This thing is actually kind of loud, even if I regulate the volume on my end, so maybe regulate it even further this way. It ought to be good enough, I think, so I gotta have this like 8 points lower, 8 points of volume on the little volume control, lower than I do, to get this to sound normal compared to the volume that I usually have. But I think we can just pop back into this game, which, oh, right, it would just actually for me to go into the screen so I can load my previous game, which I will gladly do now. And there we are. I think the first thing that I would actually want to do, maybe I can turn this up a bit. It doesn't seem like it's quite as ridiculously loud in this, in the actual gameplay, like as it was on the title screen, so that would make some degree of sense, but we're back, and we've pretty much beaten the entirety of the game. We have all the crystals, we have all of the crystals. I don't really have anything else that I have all of. And we have nearly half of the gems. Which, just noticed I'm pretty sure what the numbers mean on the, the gem thing is that you got your 5 color gems, and then you got, I guess if you subtract 5 from 42, that would imply that there are 37 clear gems, so And pretty much, that's why it says like plus 17. It's the 2 color gems that I have managed to gather so far, and then the 17 clear gems that I've managed to gather so far. So I am apparently at 74%, so there's only a measly 26% left to get to the end of 100%ing this game, which I will want to probably start off by trying to figure out where the rest of the color gems are first, because I'm pretty sure that's what I would want to go after first. Let me see here. So I'm pretty sure that's the main thing that I would want to worry about, so that I can access pretty much the entirety of the game from now on. So let's see, I have the green gem and the blue gem, which means that I'm missing the red, yellow and purple gems. Ooh. Okay, and if it looks like I can just go directly after the purple and yellow gems from this reference that I'm looking at, which I will absolutely do, because I've already done this in the past. Even if not in this format, and let's see. Yeah, I can either just go to plant food or to behaving to find out either the yellow or the purple gems. So let me go ahead and try to do that. Let's see. Plant food and behaving are not gonna be here because it's just like the this hub number 1. Either of those levels would be here. I think this would be like, from what I remember, probably hub number 3 at the earliest. Yeah, there's plant food. What about the other one? What else is here? Sooner or later, bear down, road to ruin, unbearable. Plant food. Let's go. This is another one of the ones that has the same kind of thing as Hang 8 and whatever the other one was called, which it's the jet ski level. I'm pretty sure the main thing that you need to do, well, just the thing, not even the main thing that you need to do to actually be able to grab the color gem here, which I didn't even pay attention to see whether I already had the clear gem here, but maybe I do, maybe I don't. I'd like to imagine that if it's possible for me to have gotten that in past, then I already do, but not too sure. Ah, here we go. Once the timer shows up, this is the main thing you gotta worry about. Like, I don't even want to go for all the boxes right now, I don't think. The thing you gotta worry about is just getting to the end of the level before that timer runs out. See if I can manage to do that, which I'm pretty sure implies that you need to do that without dying at all for the remainder of the level. But let's see exactly how that goes. I guess you do need to use the... oh, at least I had the extra hit there. Nope, I didn't manage to get it. What a shame. At least now I am aware of that. Let's see. How would I be able to get through the end of this and not die like a bitch? Apparently not by hurrying up. Not quite sure if I can't just get past that by just getting a boost of speed. I'm not sure what I could really do different. Also, I got something that I kind of forgot to check was if I managed to keep all my lives when I actually reload the save. And I'm pretty sure the answer is yes, based on the fact that I have like 36 of them right now. How would I do this and not die? And, like, you know, do it quickly? Pretty sure the thing that you would usually want to do is, you know, do the land path first, but, I mean, how quickly can you do that and still go back to the other thing? Well, apparently the answer is not very quickly and still survive. Let's say I use that much time, but then assuming that I have like 20 seconds left for it and still be able to get back on this thing and just get through. Do I even want to bother with that? Nope, okay. I also apparently do not want to bother with getting close to that thing at all. Okay, it's really like no way whatsoever for me to get past, you know, that gap without killing anything. Oh, apparently there is, but, well, It wasn't really that time, because I'm pretty sure that I just respawned with mask, but not because I had actually found a box that had a mask, but rather because... Well, how much is left after that even? Okay, that's the end of the stage. So it kind of looks like that's gonna have to be how it's done, honestly. Guessing the only real way to do that would be to, assuming you don't have a mask left over. Maybe that's actually gonna be the trick. If I can like find a mask at an earlier point in the stage, I'm gonna have to like really hold on to that mask so that I can use it there. I'll give this a try again. With my remaining, how many are they? 33 lives. Surely that's more than enough. I mean, there are ways to like farm lives in the hubs themselves. And by the hubs themselves, I mean just the one hub that I can remember. Maybe I shouldn't bother with the checkpoints either, because I'm guessing that if I die... and I'm sent back to the actual start of the level again. I think that's also like the first checkpoint box that you get, so it's kind of unfortunate. Yeah, it's the one. Is there like a hidden timer that's... okay, there's a mask. That might be the answer to my question earlier, but unfortunately it does look like this is pretty much going to be the same exact kind of thing that I already discussed at some length that I don't like to be forced to do in video games, which is to optimize things in a freaking speedrun route. Which means I'm gonna have to replay the same part over and over and over and over and over again until I figure out like the mathematically best way to do this. And I think there is a fucking hidden timer since the beginning of the stage, and it only becomes visible once you go past that point. Specifically, okay. Okay, I don't know why that direction happened how it did, and I hope that there is another mask that I can get before I get to the other point in the, you know, farther along, because I remain more or less convinced that that's gonna be the only thing that, the only way to, like, get past that in time. Okay, here's another mask. And of course that just happened instead. So unless I find yet another one, I'm going to assume, like, I'm going to try it here. I think that I breach this place with, try to do this, that is... Nope, can't even get to that thing without dying, so... I am a little bit perplexed as to what exactly is expected of me there. Okay, so... start hurrying up right from the start of the stage, because there's a fucking hidden timer. Which becomes the main timer once it actually becomes visible, it would seem. Because there's like a difference of 5 seconds between when I actually hurry up at the beginning and when I don't. Okay, I didn't lose the mask this time, in that section. I do want to absolutely grab the second one. That seems to be like my only chance to do this upcoming part without dying, and do it in time, I would imagine. Okay, so then even like this part. I'm gonna get a hit there, but that's not really something that I can help. Okay, there we go. I think I might have done it if I can just avoid dying stupidly to those nitro boxes, which I didn't. Okay, there we go. It didn't take as long as it could have, at least. I am thankful for that. And there we go. Green River, what the fuck does that mean? Did I get one of the speedrun achievements just for the one that you're, you know, you're forced to speedrun it, not even for anything like that, but just because of something that you have to get. Oh, well, there we go. I am kind of cross that I have that on my record now, honestly. Still not quite a fan of being made to speedrun stuff, and I will not quit emphasizing that because I don't think that you can. Can I still get lives from this guy? Let's see. If I like load back in, or is it a one-time thing? It might just be a one-time thing, never mind. Just like bullying this guy now. Oh, well, whatever. Let's figure out where the other... Actually, before I get another random power cut, and the thing that I just did is just completely undone. Let me go ahead and save. That's what the first thing I should have said. There we go. Well, I will save the review again once that's actually complete. There we go. So where's the other one that I was thinking of before? Is this the one where you... that has the B levels? Yeah, behaving. There's another color gem hidden within this level, and... you know, the thing that you gotta do to be able to grab that gem might shock you, and I don't even mean that as a pun. I'm just doing a... just saying that to be a douchebag, I guess. I don't know. But... oh, hello. Oh, I'm trying to do this. But you might actually find that somehow shocking, considering that it requires you to do something very, very unintuitive. Let's see. If I can also kind of take it easy and avoid these freaking speedrunning trend things to the point where I can maybe score a few extra lives to make up for the difference of freaking lives that I just lost trying to do that shit over and over again. Oh yeah, okay, so there's a bunch of nitro boxes in this stage. That might be something that you notice. It's actually related to what you gotta do to get that thing I'm looking for right now. I don't remember exactly where you need to look, though. I'm actually gonna look at the... oh shit. I'm gonna take a second to look at the wiki page that I have in the background here, because I feel like I really don't want to miss whatever it is that I need to do here exactly. Okay. So there are some nitrogrates in a certain position. I assume they look like this thing that I'm looking at even before you do anything with them. That would be the clearest indication after all, which hopefully would be something you could count on there. Oh boy. Yep, there they are. Bunch of nitrogrates with a kind of peculiar shape to how they are laid out, so they will definitely kill you, right? Even though they kind of look different from regular nitrogrates in that they don't bounce around at all, so of course that's a complete lie. You actually have to step on top of these ones, and that's a secret passageway that leads you to a hidden area, so here we go. I think this might be kind of similar to the hidden area in the fucking bear chase level. At least in the sense that... I should know in what sense. I guess that wouldn't be that different from like deathless jam paths or just deathless paths in general. Probably the most apt comparison actually for what this stage would be that I can think of now that I think about it. I don't know if I actually have to duck to avoid that bullet, but I kind of assume that that would probably be the safer bet. There we go. I'm gonna have a better time trying to get through this hidden stage at least than I did with the one in the bear level. I would hope that that might be something implied, but I don't even know. Okay, well no, I got through this on the first try, so I suppose that's a given instead. And I think I saw that I had already gotten the clear gem for this stage, but I don't even know. Well, I'm just transported back here. Before before even going into that stage, so I didn't even know there wasn't even paying enough attention to remember if there were any boxes in part of that secret stage, so... Hopefully that doesn't actually become a problem or anything like that. Hopefully I don't have to actually redo that secret stage just to be able to get the box gem or anything. That would be a real tragedy, you see, but I don't think that is the case. I'd like to believe that that's not the case at any rate. But I did not realize that there was a freaking... one of these stupid plant mines on that platform. They're kind of very, very hard to see. You can't also see the plant that's spitting them out. There we go. Well, just in case I will also do the bonus stage, but I suppose I'll also do this one not just in the interest of that, but also just to see if I can get any more extra lives and junk out of this. Hit a feeling I might need a few more of them, not just for like, you know, that dumb speedrun stage that I had to do at first, but also for just other difficult stages in general. Not quite sure why that one didn't break. But I also am not sure why I ended up moving that far with one quick tilt. These are mysteries which I will intend to address in my own way. Hey, yep, the rain is sure still going in the background in case you were wondering. Wonder how my dog is doing. She hasn't really done anything in a while. No, she's just kind of there. Trying to sleep a little bit. I don't know why she has to do it in here though, and not like in many of the other comfortable places for her to lie down that are not in this room, and also that also have people that are probably gonna pay attention to her this time. But oh well. And this is probably where I would say something like, yes, you can quote me on that, because that does not at all imply that I don't pay attention to her ever, just that typically she knows when I'm doing something like this. And just kind of patiently waits for me to be done with it. But apparently it's a little bit different when it rains. She can't just go to somebody else for some reason. Okay, yeah, I don't have to worry about the clear gem though. Clear gem in this stage at least, so I got another one of the colored ones. Which means that I have all the colored ones now except for one. And I think that's actually, well, of the remaining ones would be the most complicated one to obtain, so let me try and figure out exactly what that would imply. After I save, that is. Let me see, in order to get the red gem, which I'm pretty sure is the only one that we're missing here, we would have to go to Snow-Go, but... goodness, not just Snow-Go, but we would have to get into Snow-Go from a different hidden exit, apparently that's in another level, namely Air Crash. Let me see exactly how that's gonna work. Red gem can be found in this level. Secret entrance path in the 6th warp room by uncovering the secret exit in the stage Air Crash, which is where? Let me see. It's the 2nd level of the 2nd warp room. So let me see if I can go there. So how does this work exactly? Before I even step into this level, let me try and work this out, because it looks like I have like both of the gems that are just from that level, but at the same time, let me see. The Death Route contains a secret exit of its own. Skip the first jet board part and instead Have Crash jump across the floating crates until he reaches a stone platform, which will warp into the secret room, where the portal to the secret area of Snow will be unlocked. Okay, let me try to do that, so skip the first jet ski area. Was the gist of that, I think. And jump on those crates. This looks like it's gonna be fun too. I said with probably not sort of sarcasm that probably wasn't as audible as I had hoped, but there we go. This platform was a secret exit all along. And that allows us to go back into the secret warp room here, which is, well, yeah, we've actually taken us another secret entrance into Air Crash, which, well, you know, ironically enough, has a secret entrance and a secret exit. So we've done that one, we've done Totally Fly, which is its own unique stage and got the gem there. So now we do Snowgo, which this should be the route that we have to take to get the final color gem of the game. But pretty sure there's plenty of other sadistic challenges for us to... Oh shit, to undertake. I tried, but... There we go. At least we didn't die. But this would at least enable us to theoretically be able to at least access all of them. It's the main thing, and damn it, that shield sacrifice was in vain. Okay. There we go. I am definitely not a fan of the friggin' ice sliding mechanics in this game, as I may have made quite clear earlier, I would hope. Okay, how is this gonna work? Can I even get this thing anymore? There we go. I don't know, can I do this? No. Can I, like, fall off the stage here? I think I can, so I better not tempt fate there, but... Oh, there we go. I didn't think I was going to be able to actually access that, but I think that's pretty much everything that I would have been able to actually get back, or get by going back there. Another mask and another... Oh, right, there's this. I can technically try to boost myself up by doing the freaking... the belly flop thing. I kind of haven't really been paying attention to that before. Probably should have. Probably will have to use that in at least one upcoming occasion, but oh, for fuck's sake, come on. Oh, nope, I can't even get there. Hold on. What if I do this and then I do this? There we go. That's the most optimal way of actually getting to where I want to go there. Oh, hello. Let me use the D-pad for this part. The way to control your horizontal momentum on these bouncing crates is a little bit funny. Oh, and we even got invincibility here. We're gonna be able to use this for anything. That and that and that. Oof, and then we fall, so it doesn't really change anything. And we're all the way back here, why don't you know it? And then we can't even avoid getting killed by that guy because he just becomes invincible too quickly. There. I could try to go back, but I don't know if I need to, or necessarily want to, I mean. There. So I can try to find out, though. Let's see. If I get back over here and I... well, try to actually get on top of this box, first of all. And get back up here. Okay, well, at least be able to get another mask, so I will be able to become invincible again later on. If I'm lucky. place where the freaking lightning strikes. First of all, hold on. Alright, I thought I heard my dog walking around, and apparently she's at the door again, but she's not really crying out or anything, so I forced to assume that she still wants to be here for some reason. And she's still inside the room. There we go. Need to like actually come to a stop there so I don't get screwed over. And I lost my extra hits there, but it's whatever. So there we go. Actually getting to the end of the path means that you can now collect the red gem. Which you can see like just out of your reach if you do this level in the normal fashion. I don't know if you have to like backtrack to like an earlier part of this level to be able to do the full box gem, which I kind of have to assume that I didn't do before, based on the fact that we were, actually, I don't know, were there any breakable boxes that weren't nitro boxes in the earlier part of that? There's also this fucking thing, hold on. That box right there. Yeah, I think that I remember not being able to get the full, the all boxes gem in this level before, but not because I couldn't access any hidden areas, but instead because I wasn't able to get to that one box in the freaking bonus area, so if I do have to redo this level to get the what's it called, the all boxes gem there. It's so hard for me to actually figure out what I want to say. If I have to do that again immediately, then I will do it immediately. So I can have this level out of my way forever. Except, now that I'm thinking about it a bit more, I don't think that this is the level that I was thinking of some time back, where it's like it has a really sadistic, deathless route that you have to do in order to get all the extras and what have you. But I think it is a level that has the same archetype, so if it's not this one, it has to be a similar one. Oops. Sorry, but the seals are coming straight for me, I can't help it. Yeah, I haven't gotten it yet, but I'm also missing like that many, so I'd have to like actually do it the normal way, I would think. For now though, let me celebrate the fact that I've taken care of at least that part of it. Gotten the final color gem, which should mean that all the secret routes are now open to me. So let's see. The first thing I'm gonna do is freaking save again. This is the first hub again, isn't it? I think it is. Somehow counted as 2%, but it's about to get even higher percentage, I would think. So I'm gonna go right back into this level, and this time I'm gonna go for the regular clear gem. That's for breaking all the boxes. It should be obtainable to me if I just take the normal entrance into it, I think. 70 something, so better just remember that number. 70 something, and also, you know, oh, yeah, the freaking... forgot I have to actually break the TNT box manually. Those don't have a detonator. Get that one, get all the ones that are here in the freaking... the ice area. I'm still not a fan of the ice physics at all, but it's whatever, really. Oh hey, she's actually crying out now, so I guess she actually wants to be let out, which is different, right? So excuse me for a moment as I let her out of the room, which would actually be more convenient to me right now. Alright, sure hope that I don't get some kind of return of that. Kind of take back Caesar. Or she certainly wants to be let back in. But... how was I gonna finish that thought? Why is it that a lot of the time I say stuff like that and then I can't actually figure out how to follow it up? Oh well, whatever. I suppose I didn't really have anything to finish that thought. Now that I think about it, it was just like, yeah, I'm not done talking, except I kind of am. I don't know why I put it like that. Might be a bit of a vicious habit for me. Trying to imply that I have something else left to say, but then I don't say anything. Oh well, whatever. That is something I think we very much have a shot at, you know, actually getting the freaking boxes gem here. I think that was pretty much the only problem with trying to get the boxes gem in this level on the first go. That there's this freaking box on top of this set of boxes in the bonus area, but you can't actually reach it without doing something kind of cheesy like that sliding jump. But I'm actually aware of that now, so it's not a problem. So let's go ahead and deal with this. Get the rest of these boxes and actually get that piece of jewelry this time. And also become invincible for a little bit. At least I still am able to grab the fruit that's loose when I'm in the state instead of just sending it flying and not actually being able to collect it. Oh yeah, there's also whatever the... whatever these two boxes are here that are... I guess I just also forgot about in my run that I did just before this one. Completely ignore them for some reason, but I suppose that is now fixed. And that should be everything now, because I did get the nitro detonator, yeah, and I got those, the extra box in the bonus stage, and also the couple of extra boxes that needed to be materialized, so there we go. Buried in the snow. As much as I would like to believe that these achievements are for just, you know, grabbing the extra gems and just having that. My very, very perplexing read of what the actual requirements for those achievements were yesterday don't exactly fill me with confidence there, right, so... well, now I can maybe try to at least get the rest of the gems that are in this hub before we move on. Turtle Woods, apparently we didn't get the regular clear gem from this level, which I find kind of surprising. Something that we've been able to get. I think that you know, the reason we actually weren't able to get the box gem in this level is because it was either I think it was a deathless route. It wouldn't really make sense to put it in the first level. It's probably a color gem route that I couldn't access before, but all the color gem routes should be open to me now because I have all of those. So there's nothing back here, is there? Nope. Wouldn't be entirely unlike this game to hide something like just before just behind episode foreground. Before it would actually be visible to the audience, so that's doubly a bad word to use there. An unfitting word, rather. Not a naughty word. A word that will cause some people to imply problems. And other stuff that I could say regarding that. Oh yeah, isn't there like yeah, there we go. I forgot about this. Maybe that's what I missed before. The fact that there's a secret route down here and have to freaking actually slam through that part of the floor to actually be able to access it. I don't remember. Ooh. Oh shit. God. Okay, well that was unfortunate timing, but see if I can actually get to that platform, because I better be able to, because otherwise it's not much of a point to me doing this route right now. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna have to break this box, so... what the hell is this? I assume that I want to jump on top of this guy. And apparently I do. So what happens now, though? Did I, like, lose my chance to take the high route there because I didn't do it immediately? I feel like it's something like that. Yeah, it's like 2 motions, so boy. Might have to redo this then. Because I don't think this guy's coming back up. That guy's not coming back up. So I better just do that. Well, at least we do get a checkpoint here. Probably specifically for that reason. Can I now actually get on top of this higher platform without, you know, risking going down there to where the nitros are? I guess the answer is yes. Okay, so now that I know that that's coming, there we go. Okay, is this guy here for a similar reason? The answer is yes. Okay, so it doesn't do that immediately. It's just he does it after you. He does it pretty much immediately, but only after you jump on him. It looks like. Whatever word you want to use, and I guess you have to come down here because that's the only way to blow up the nitro boxes as well. Was that the only thing that I had missed in here before this secret path, or was there an actual gem path that I'm not remembering right now? I wonder. Well, with any luck, getting through the rest of this should be trivial at least, especially with this. Kinda wish I had been able to remember that during my first run of this level, but I guess I wasn't focused enough, like it just... I think I vaguely remember there being like a third box in this marsh, muddy area, but I guess I just made that up because there's only 2 of them. Okay, so in here, these things are in here. I think I really remember there being like a little covered area like this little place, this little alcove in one of these levels where you were actually able to find a gem path, but I don't remember if that was in this game, or I guess it was probably in this game, or at least, you know, the Untitled version of this game. But I guess if that was the case, it mustn't have been on this level. It's been something else entirely. Not that life. There we go. There we go. Wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get that on the first go, but... take every good thing that is sent my way at this point, certainly. Okay, there we go. That wasn't too bad, at least. And I might be willing to say that about the remainder of the gems that might be missing from this hub, but I get the feeling that I'm not going to be able to say that as readily for the other snow level that I'm thinking of. Let me see. I think pretty much the plan right now is to try to get all the remaining gems on this hub first, but then after I do that, get 2 from Hang 8 and 1 from Crash Dash. After I do that, which if I remember the 1 from Crash Dash is probably going to be kind of painful, but whatever. I think I'm going to go straight for the one in that other snow level that I'm thinking of. That's gonna be like making me what I end my life. I can already imagine that, so probably want to get that one out of the way as quickly as possible, but first we'll do these. Okay, so there's 2 different gems that we're missing here. Presumably one might be from a Deathless path, or else a gem path. It might be a gem path. Ooh. Another thunderclap is coming at some point. I just saw a flash. There he goes. Oh, this is the... yeah, I'm not gonna bother with that because I already did that, but... oh, you can't even become invincible in this freaking jet ski section. Wait, is this the same level that I did before with the timer? I don't freaking... I don't remember, it might be... I don't think it was actually, shoot. So I'm guessing that the timer right now is actually related to the freaking... the second gem on this level, but I guess I'm gonna say screw that for the time being. I will just do this instead. Just try to get the older boxes one first. Now this I'm getting more lives out of it as well, which, like we've seen, oh no, there is a color jump path, so I am honestly not even sure. I guess we'll go for this. I don't know where this is gonna take me, but there's like 3 different routes that you can take in this level. Then there's one from there's the regular one, there's the speedrun one, and then there's the freaking this. Or maybe this is like just something else that you need to take so that you can get all the boxes, I guess, because there's, you know, these at least. So maybe this is technically part of the regular route, but only if you want to get all the boxes. Oh well. Suppose that would make sense. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm guessing that's it. It's more or less on the money, but I'm gonna have to backtrack here so that I can get these currently invisible boxes after I figure out where the switch is for these. There it is. Oh. Yeah, fortunately I do have the freaking extra hits, and fortunately both extra hits actually went to getting rid of those obstacles, so at least there was that. At least I do have that to fall back on. Oh, come on. That should be everything. I hope. And also the nitro boxes. This is pretty much the only way to actually be able to destroy those. I would like to assume that, you know, platform on the far side of that jump, or that gap, not really jump would kind of imply that it's ostensibly possible to actually be able to make that jump, which I don't think that it is. That's why I was talking about it in the first place. I would like to presume that I don't actually have to worry about that when it comes to get past things. I don't know. Okay, I guess I'm also gonna have to redo this level just so I can do the speedrun challenge and get what presumably will be another gem out of that, but at least it doesn't look like there's any planned obstacles on the water this time, which will hopefully make that challenge a lot easier than it was in plant food for the yellow gem. There we go. Hang 8 is out of the way, at least that one gem in Hang 8 is out of the way. And now I guess I'm gonna have to, like I said, we'll go right back into that level so I can do the other challenge. Which will probably take a few extra tries, but we'll see. And after that it's Crash Dash, but at least I'm already pretty sure that I'm familiar with what the frustrating challenge is gonna be in Crash Dash, so it's not as big of a deal. But for now, we're just gonna have to speedrun this fucking level. And I'm going to presume that it's, you know, like the other level where the freaking... Goddammit. I'm pretty sure you can make these jumps that have the freaking platforms that go in and out of the water by just doing a sliding jump though, so... As shown there, so at least there is that. So right here, just do this instead of waiting. And yeah, there we go. Pretty sure I had less than a minute left on the last time that I got here. And I don't even want to use the dash because I want to actually be able to hold on to my extra hits. I'll maybe use it here, but that's about it. And also don't use the checkpoint so that I can just try again. From the start of the level, if I screw up, which will ostensibly... well, definitely it still has the possibility of happening. Very much so. It's always a given. There we go. Okay, about 10 seconds, 9, whatever. Even if that thing somehow gets me, I still have the extra hits, so doesn't matter. And I got another fucking speedrun achievement, but only out of necessity for getting that gem, not because I actually want it. And now there's only one left, but I think I've definitely gotten to the point where each and every one of these things, these new things that I unlock, is gonna compel me to save immediately. How many do I have anyway? Like, what's my new total now? Is it more than half of them? It is more than half of them, yeah. It's now 26 of 42. Well, to earn the crash dash, let's... if I can conquer this, I can probably assume that I can conquer everything that's left. Let's see. This is the one with the freaking stupid snowball chase. And the problem with getting all the boxes in this level is the end of the level. From what I remember. And it does something very, not nice. Not even this part that I'm running past, so like nothing. Kind of wondering if that, you know, those wooden bridge parts that don't actually result in the thing that's chasing you falling into the abyss like it's going to now. I wonder if that, the point of that part is just to like make it slow down or whatever, but obviously it doesn't really eliminate it as a threat, does it? Damn it. I was hoping that I could actually hit that box and not have that happen, just the one in the middle, but I better just give up that life. Not like I actually lose lives from failing bonus rounds at least. It's kind of weird when you think about it, because this game is actually pretty hard in, you know, some of its challenges, but even so, it's like nothing compared to how unforgiving the first one was, even with the bonus rounds. Okay. 3, 4, and now this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And there we go. It's just freaking exhausting. Kind of makes me yearn for some of the future games where instead of having all of the instead of having those bouncy boxes be 10 hits to break, it's 5 and they give you 2 fruit in each hit. Pretty sure that's just a better option overall. It's less tedious. Okay, yeah, this is the part that's a problem, because there's don't really have that much room for error, and especially when they start putting shit behind these obstacles in your way. That's especially not good. And this one in particular, yeah. If I don't manage to get that box, that final box cluster behind for a set of those things, then you really need to let yourself be killed because the end of the level is right there. And if you actually reach the end of the level without dying, you can't kill yourself on purpose, so I feel like redo the whole damn thing. It's actually pretty sadistic. Damn it. Okay, so that could maybe be clever by doing the slide instead of spinning, but I don't think that quite works out. Okay, so just stick to the right side, except for that thing. You're doing the first part of the runaway there. And just be aware that there's a freaking mine that they put at that point for no reason, no good reason. I don't know what hit me there. That wasn't the ball, but... oh, come on. Okay, stick to the right side, here and here. There's another one there, and then there's a box right behind that one. So I'm gonna have to actually start memorizing all these things. For fuck's sake. It would have been almost perfect if it had actually worked, but I need to jump to be able to get the one that's on top. No, that considering that might backfire based on what I just saw there. You've been saying sadistic a lot these past 3 days. Well, I know that there's a more apt way to invoke the descriptor that I'm thinking of. That's the thing. It seems unnecessarily bad, this way that this one last box is set up. Maybe I can just say that. Bad. Oh, what the fuck? It's just like really far behind me now. That's that never happened before, and I still died though. How did that happen? Is it because I hit both of the dash pads? So I'm gonna try to maybe do that again, if I can recreate that. Or are they here? Yes, no. Well, one of them is. Oh, and maybe it's a combination of me hitting both of the dash pads and not hitting that mine, but I don't know. Oh, it's really far back again. I wonder if it's like the pity circumstance that sometimes happens, where sometimes if you die too much... Okay, there we go. Sometimes if you die too many times in a row, you get like a free mask, but maybe that's what happens if you die there too many times in a row. But you know what, at that point I'm willing to accept that. As long as I am actually able to complete my purpose. Alright, there we go. Hub number one is complete. We'll definitely save after that. And now I'm going to, rather than just continuing in linear order, and have a quick consultation so that I can figure out what the this level that I keep fretting over is exactly. Goodness. Snow Go is the second level of the first warp room. Hold on a second. Yeah, Crash 2. Let me see. If I go to this page, it should tell me like the different level themes. Yeah, Snow. Snow Go, Snow Abyss, and Cold Heart Crash. Snow Abyss is level 6, so... that might be the one that I'm thinking of, I don't know. What about the secret levels? Level 1 of 2 would be, one of the ones that I haven't found yet. And I don't know where it is actually on this list. Shoot, I don't know. What is level 26, Totally Bear? How do I access Totally Bear? First of 2 original secret levels in the game. Secret warp room in unbearable... oh really? Does that mean that I have to go do that level again now? Let me see, where is that? Wait, what? Wait, what? Okay, I don't remember that at all, but I'm gonna have to look into this now. Hold on, let's go up to here. We try to figure out which of these hubs has unbearable. Is it this one? It wouldn't be this one, right? Nope. Is it number 3? It is number 3. Looks like I'm gonna have to redo this because there's apparently a secret exit, even though I already got the gem and the crystal. There's apparently a secret exit that I haven't found in here yet. Let's see if I can... I'm pretty much gonna have to redo the entire level, but I guess as long as I don't have to worry about completion percentages or anything, it probably wouldn't be that bad. But we will see. Ooh. How come the giant bear doesn't get slowed down by the electrical barrier at all? I don't even care that I'm missing boxes, because that's not what I'm about right now. I've already gotten that, you see. I might as well try to get them just so I can get more lives, though. Which are usually quite handy. I don't think that this... I think that's like the... yeah, that's the secret exit that I already know about, but I don't think that's what I'm looking for right now, as a matter of fact. I don't know why I planned on bonus stage, but... might as well go through with it now. Because I can always use like an extra... Ooh, shoot, hold on. Almost fell off, but whatever. I can always use extra resources, I guess. Not really anything to add to that. That might possibly be the end, but no, I'm pretty sure this is the section that I was waiting for, so I have to ride this guy again. It goes unusually fast. Or so we are led to believe. And there's another freaking set of these electrical gates after that jump, okay. Now, I don't know if freaking bear cubs actually make that barking noise. I get a feeling that they probably don't actually. I'm not a zoologist, I can tell you these things for certain. Okay, so... this would ordinarily be the end of the level, but apparently what you're supposed to do, which I did not realize was even possible, is jump across here and then come back here. And this guy's still here, which means that we ought to bully him. Or try to, but as we approach to make that attempt, we just get teleported somewhere else, and apparently that's how we get this other secret stage. There we go, so should probably try to follow this up as long as I'm here. I've got in the secret warp room, I've got the alternative entrance to Air Crash and to Snow Go, and I've also got these totally secret stages that have totally in the name. But what about the other one? What else am I missing here? Let me see. Secret warp room, Air Crash, Snow Go, Road to Ruin. Okay, so apparently we need to go to Digging-It and find a secret exit there that will reveal an alternative way into Road to Ruin. So I'll try to follow that up, or follow up on that after I'm done with this. This is yet another level where you ride the bear for the entirety of it, isn't it? I'm sure that that's right. So let's deal with that now. And get all the boxes, because I'm pretty sure this is another level where you don't really get anything from clearing it unless you actually get all the boxes, so... What the fuck? You need to, like, actually speed up manually, because I don't really see how else you could possibly clear that jump. I guess we'll figure it out. Yeah, I don't really see how you can make that jump and actually, you know, break all those boxes and make it to the other side. It's gonna be an interesting exercise. Like a double jump that I'm not aware of? I don't think that's the case, no, but... Try to, you know, stick to the left there and that didn't work either, so... Not sure what the deal is there, hold on. Let me take a quick look at the write-up for this level. I get the feeling that's not gonna be as much of a necessity, but... let me see... Okay, I don't need to worry about this anymore, actually. So... It is much harder. Can't see that much further ahead. There's enough light in it. I don't know what the deal is with that jump, honestly. I might have to, like... I'm gonna do one more attempt. And if I just screw up completely yet again, through... well, screw up and aren't able to work out exactly what you are supposed to do too. For that to not be a screw up, which just happened again. Okay, one more thing that I guess I should try is just try other buttons. See... Use the regular jump button to jump, which is X, but then... Is there anything else that I can do, like... I don't know, does triangle do anything? Oh yeah, no, never mind, there's like a dash button that I had not realized existed. It's circle. But I guess you only need to use it in this level, because I don't remember using that move at all in the previous bear levels. Well, the ones where you ride the bear, at least. I mean, there's only one bear level that's not riding the bear level. And even in that level, you do ride the bear. It's freaking one where you get chased by a by a bear instead. Which I literally just did a few minutes ago. So you do that, and then this. How do you get to the first box? I'm guessing you have to jump, but after doing the big jump where you sort of do a big long string of boxes, you have to get ready for that. To actually bear that in mind. Wink, but that's the... But hey, if the game is gonna be freaking unapologetic about this kind of thing, then why can't I? Okay, there we go, that's how you do it. And at least we got another checkpoint after that, oh boy. Oh shit, I'll use... Okay, I'm going to assume that it's not... Oh, okay, I didn't realize I had to jump there, but now I know. I don't think they really give you enough of an opportunity to possibly realize that you're supposed to do that on the first go. Seems to me like it's definitely more of a trial and error kind of deal. Oof, okay, I wasn't sure if I was gonna land ahead of that box or what, but... Oh Jesus, oh Christ, okay. Yeah, that kind of goes really unwieldily fast, that sequence. Oh, and I died, so... Well, I didn't die, but I missed a box somehow. So I had to make myself die. so it's jump, don't jump, and then that happens. Is this the end? Did I actually do it? Did I get all the boxes? I would really hope to get a yes here, and apparently that is a yes. Okay, there we go. Still kind of confused as to why this is literally the only level of this type where you have to use that dash though, but there you go. One more gem to add to the collection. It's all the gems from the secret levels that you can only access through the secret entrances. But there is one more entrance that we still have to unlock there in that secret warp room. Guess I will go for that next. Let me remind myself exactly what it is then. It is accessed from digging it, which I think is on hub number 4. I think digging it is the one that I kind of cheesed by jumping on the edge of the map and getting all the boxes from the death route that way. Okay, so where do I actually access them? Where do I actually access the secret exit from digging it? Let me see. What does this page say? It says, shortly after the death route rejoins the main path, belly flop the spitting piranha plant on the platform in the pit. Okay. I guess I'll try to keep that in mind. Which one am I in right now, actually? I think this is the unbearable, so it's probably number 3. Yeah, this would be number 4. And I think this is where digging it would be. And indeed it is. Let's go take a look. Let's go glance at... Ooh. Second half of the level for however long it's gonna take me to actually get there. Oh shoot. For some reason I was not expecting that thing to spit all the way over there. Even though that kind of seems kind of predictable now that I look at the layout again, but... Well, if there's one thing that I'm consistently good at doing, it is bad decisions. Making bad decisions, but whatever. Or just bad judgment. But many different things. But even then, I would like to imagine that even when I do that, I have the right idea. I just happen to flub the execution of it. Doesn't mean that the idea that I had is something that should be forgotten entirely, just that it should be done in a slightly more... I don't know, thoughtful fashion. Maybe, depending on the situation. I don't know why I'm talking about that right now, but... I suppose it's a way to fill the dead air, because I mean, what else am I really going to say about the, you know, this level that I've already gone through? Pretty much all of these levels are going to be levels that I've already gone through, given that the only level that I had never seen before is the one that I just finished, which is the, you know, the level where you're riding the bear in the darkness, and it's probably would be an interesting set of words to take out of context, depending on the situation, but I'm going to pretend that I didn't even nod to that possibility. By possibly talking about the beast next, and I already got all the... I would like to believe that I already got the freaking box gem from this level, at least given that I literally cheesed the death path. No death path, rather. I would like to imagine that that at least means that I don't have to worry about that anymore. Okay, here we go, so... We're in the second half of the level, and gonna need a quick refresh on what exactly I need to do here. Let me see. Not at the end. Shortly after the death route rejoins the main path. Okay, so after that, belly flop and a speeding piranha plant in the platform in the pit. But first, we're gonna have to actually wait for the that path rejoin to be accessible. So can we actually kill these things by belly flopping them? I guess now would be a good time to test that, given that we have an extra hit. Yeah, apparently we can kill them by belly flopping them. There we go. For some reason I wasn't aware of that. That definitely would have been useful information to me while I was trying to cheese the death path during my first run of this level. But oh well, you know what they say about hindsight. Come on, surely this... Yeah, there we go. Shortly after the death path rejoins the thing, which is what just happened. We have to... I'll get rid of you first. You the one over here. But then I will launch on this plant and belly flop it, and apparently stepping on the platform itself is how you get a secret exit, which leads you to a different place. There we go. Final route that I haven't taken yet from the secret warp room, which would be apparently leading to Road to Ruin. Don't know exactly what we haven't gotten from Road to Ruin yet, but I guess I better just assume that we haven't gotten anything to play it safe. Which means that I would be motivated to break every box that I see. Such as these ones here, but I mean, if there's this many boxes in the freaking... You know, in this part of the level, I figured there was gonna be something like that between all of them. It's a little bit reticent to, you know, do what I did. But apparently it worked out by sheer serendipity. Oh. Okay, there we go. Okay, I was hoping that wouldn't happen, but... That fire, that... Well, any kind of fire hazard always seems to be... oh yeah, I remember this now. I was... actually remember noting on those, you know, immaterial boxes before, because I'm pretty sure that ordinarily this is, yeah, the very beginning of the stage, before you even see those things, so... Kind of went through this stage wondering exactly what you would have to do to actually be able to, you know, get to the other side of that pit, but I guess now I know. So yeah, I guess that pretty much would imply that I have not been able to get the box gem from this level yet. And that would be the order of business right now. I remember this guy being kind of a nuisance, but now I have some foresight of how to deal with him. Oh, and there's also a freaking death route. I don't think I'm going to be touching that death route right now, though, because I get the feeling that might not actually be... It might lead me to a different place, basically. A place that not necessarily be conducive to me being able to get all the... Oh. I thought these were going to be nitro boxes, but I think something like that is going to happen up ahead, but I'm going to assume that I don't have to go through the death route in order to actually be able to get the box gem, but yeah, there's like a separate gem over there. But I'm going to assume that if I stay on this part of the path right now, it'll be good enough for me to at least get one of the gems, and then I will have to redo this level again immediately so I can get the other one, but it's whatever. That is something that I can deal with, at least. Because how many do I have right now? 67. Not counting any that are left, or any that I might get from this here bonus round. Well, we're still a few... just a small handful of lives short of being able to be in a truly nice situation, but we can deal with what we have, surely. Deal through that. There's 89 boxes and I don't know how close I really am to... oh, never mind, I'm literally right here. And yep, I was right, I didn't have to go through the Deathless route to get that one gem at least, so that's something I can scratch off. Even though I presume I'm gonna have to go right out of here, or right back into here, I mean. One more time so that I can get the other gem, the one from the Deathless path. I mean, I might as well do it since I already dealt with this, you know, the other part of this level. And then I will actually do what I keep saying that I will do. Which is just immediately go for the remainder of the ice levels, which I still am expecting to be the worst challenge of this game, so... pretty much went for the other one, and by the other one I mean just all the stuff that was left in the secret warp room. I went for that first, because I figured that I should probably get all that out of the way. Well, it was still fresh on my mind, but now that I have, there's nothing stopping me from doing the other thing. With the icy levels. Ooh, I even have invincibility here. I will try to take advantage of this. Oh, okay, I still get hit by that or react to that even though I don't actually take damage from it. There we go. Unfortunately, the actual death path platform isn't even that far into the level, so I don't have to worry too much about that being something that I really get locked out of. I don't like the other level that had this obstacle. This one doesn't have like the rain sound to listen for in the background as well. Or audible in the background as well, so... I can just hear the sound of the bouncing log, and that's a perfect indicator for when the hazard is coming my way. There we are. You know, these tilting platforms remind me a little bit of the chandeliers from the first castle level in Castlevania 4. Only very slightly though, it's just kind of the same basic idea, you might say, but only in a way. Okay, so I guess we technically have to do the rest of the level though. Or at least another good part of the level after we go through the death route. Oh Jesus, okay. What? If I luck, this will make that a little bit easier. I don't really want to do the bonus run, just kind of rush to the end of this place. And there we go, we're right at the end again. And this level is just completely over and done with, I believe. And for real this time, I will save one more time. And then I will set a course. I assume that I am completely done with Snow Go, which was the ice level in hub number 1, but I still am missing the first ice level in hub number 2, which is level 6. And oh yeah, her life says a pretty good number now. Wonder if that'll serve as a good luck charm for where we're about to go to in here. Snow Abyss. There are apparently 2 more levels with the same kind of snow archetype that I was thinking of from Snow Go, which are Snow Abyss, and then what was the other one? This one, hold on. Snow Abyss and Cold Hard Crash, which is level 18. Presumably one of those is the one that I was thinking of and dreading. So it's either this one or that other one. And well, it appears that I at least haven't gotten the box gem yet from this level, so seems like a good place to start. It's just freaking food. You know, usually when they put a box in like a dangerous group of boxes, like a bunch of TNT or nitro boxes, it's usually something that's worth taking a risk for, like an extra life at least, but apparently that time it was just a troll. Oh, oh, this will also help. Oh yeah, we're supposed to be actually very careful about... Oh yeah, there's the red gem path. It's probably the reason why I wasn't able to... Oh shit, oh fuck. Okay, that's okay. I can still reach that this way. Red gem path is probably the reason why I wasn't able to get the, you know, the box gem in this level before. So this might not be the one that I was thinking of, after all. This might be a little bit simpler than what I was thinking of as far as how to 100% it, but let's see, I guess. Shit, fuck, well, whatever. At least I have extra hits. But we are supposed to be very careful about actually, what should I call it? Actually trying to get all the boxes right now, that's what I was trying to say. Just don't know why it takes me so freaking long to be able to formulate the right words every single time, but it's always an issue for me, it seems. So well, whatever. Oh, I didn't realize there was a pit down there, but I guess I should have figured. I just screw these guys, just jump over them. Not enough time to wait for you to not be invincible. I gotta go fast, you see. You gotta go at an adequate speed, rather, you might say. Can I actually get away from here? Come on. It seems to be actually kind of difficult to freaking get out of that pit. Okay, so now that I know that I will, in fact, die if I fall off the, you know, this series of box bounces, I can maybe act with a little bit more, more consideration in that regard. Okay. Oh shoot, didn't mean to... There we go. Didn't mean to actually activate one of those nitro or TNT boxes before I broke the other boxes, but I guess things really work out as we anticipated. Okay, no, this is looking mighty familiar right here, this freaking ledge with all these fruit, but you know, I'm not seeing a lot of ice on the ground, so I don't think that this is the place that I was dreading. Exactly, I think that that's gonna be a different place altogether. Still have that suspicion, but this part scares me because I get the feeling that I'm not gonna be able to like scale parts of it later. I break it here. We'll see. Okay. Break this one. I guess it didn't matter, I already took care of everything. Oh shit, okay, well, there was a freaking checkpoint right back there, so it doesn't matter, so... Still a little bit frustrating though. At least I don't have to like break all the boxes that were here. Again, just a couple of them. Didn't miss any boxes in this space, did I? No, I didn't. That's what I like to see. Oh, okay, I don't know how that happened, but apparently it did. do see the trap ahead of time this time. I see the set of traps ahead of time this time. Same here. I presume that I'm actually expected to jump over this line of boxes here, so I will, there we go, at least try to do so. Okay, I was pretty certain that I was out of range of that. Just like I had managed to get past every single one of every single other one of those traps that I saw coming, just as I saw that one coming, but apparently something was different that time. I don't know what it was. I'm kind of cross with that. That went as I expected, this went as I expected, so that, even that went as I expected, so I would hope that this is something that I can say the same for, and that time I was able to. Boy, that didn't happen in that way the first time, but... ah, jeez. Okay, still a really freaking tight jump even with the... and the friggin' slide jump, but I would hope that that's pretty much all I have to worry about when it comes to this place. Okay, I already went down that path, right? I don't have to worry about doing it the second time. Okay, I would presume that if I step on that red gem again, it will just put me back on the path that I just escaped from. I don't want to deal with that again, so... oh boy, this is gonna be interesting. Where's this guy gonna go? Okay, there we go. At least I got a checkpoint to that. Placates me somewhat. I still need to get to the end of this level, which will hopefully not be an actual issue. That remains to be seen, though. Let me take a quick look back here just to confirm that I got that box. I did. I don't want to leave any possibilities of nonsense at this point. Okay. Now I do kind of remember that the first time I went through some of these bonus stages, I was like, how the hell do I get through some of those high boxes? Like, I'm kind of forced to assume that I never even tried the sliding jump, which just kind of perplexes me at this point. It's definitely something that I've been aware of since before I started playing this version of the game, so... I don't know how that managed to escape my notice before. If in fact it did. Of course. I really friggin' hate those science physics. I feel like I have not emphasized this enough. I would like that life, please. There we go. Okay, that was different. That might actually be a first as well. Let's see. This does suck usually. Think of maybe a very small handful of examples where it wouldn't have, but overall it's not something that I would typically want to deal with at all. Would like that to not fall on me. okay. And then there's this... Oh, okay. That was almost nonsense there, but... kind of stopped itself from being right at the end. Okay, so I would like to assume that if I get at least that much momentum, okay, I can avoid that actually becoming nonsense. And I would hope that that's a confirmation. That potion. Oh, I would have liked extra life as well, but it's whatever. I have like even more than I started with, so this is kind of working out, you know, in a sense. This could certainly be going worse as far as my life's being drained. I feel like the worst life draining stage that I did in this sequence, on this particular series of attempts today, must have been the one that was the speedrun. So I was just skipping stuff on purpose when going through that. Okay, so there we go. This is out of the way, and I would like to actually freaking grab that gem, please. Okay, at least one of the two stages that I was considering as a candidate for my dread, and that did play quite a convincing role in being the host for my dread. Is out of the way, but as it happens there is still one more left, so I will make a beeline for that one next. Now that I have 11% of the game left somehow. 11% expressed by being 11 gems, wouldn't you know, it's pretty much so. Pretty much I'm only gonna get 1% out of each new gem that I would collect at this point, I would imagine. I would guess that is how that's gonna work. Okay, so level 18 is the one that I'm looking for. I think, yep, Cold Heart Crash. There are 2 gems missing from this level. I sure do wonder exactly how that's gonna work. I don't think I have any particularly clear memories of any challenges in this game other than like being kind of obnoxious from the Untamed trilogy, other than the one that's presumably waiting for me in this level. So I'm not sure what that says for my my future, so I guess I'm forced to assume that the ones that I haven't gotten, the stuff that I haven't acquired in this level is both the box gem and the one that isn't, whichever one. However, it might be that I can access the one that isn't the box gem, whether it be a death route or a color gem platform or what, but guess I'm probably gonna try to go for the box gem first, since I would presume that's probably gonna be the one that's gonna be more demanding in how thorough I need to be first. But we'll see. Alright, so far we're doing acceptably at least. What's it gonna look like down in this bonus level? Not too bad, whatever. Just let all that stuff blow up. I don't care. I consider that as something favorable to me at this point. At least there's no ice in this bonus level, but I get the feeling that there will be ice in the part of this route. Or at least the route for this level that I've likely got on my mind. There we go. At least that ice didn't... for fuck's sake. At least that ice didn't blow up the nitro box or the TNT box completely from the get-go. That's probably something good. That probably could have been inconvenient for me, just like this was inconvenient for me. At least I think that's the first death that I had in that level. go through this again though. I can sequence a box jumps, which it would be nice if I could get on the first one of them. Oh, I think it would also be nice if I would not somehow slide jump into the foreground and have that happen. Right, one more time. If I can please just, you know, do this. Jump. Jump. And just deal with the rest of these that way. For some reason, those icicles just completely went out of my mind there. There we go. Okay, so just don't screw up here like I just did before that. Assume that there's no way to kill this guy preemptively, which really kind of sucks. Get me a mask here at least. Oh, I don't know what I did, but I guess I thought maybe I was suspicious of there being some kind of thing on the top left part of that gap, but now I don't have to be anymore. Christ, this is like exactly what I didn't want to happen. What the hell? Why can't I break this thing? There we go. Friggin' spin while I make contact with it. Alright. So don't check on the other side again. Let's see just how much farther it's gonna have to be before I... Oh yeah, there's a no death thing here, once you know it, so... I'm forced to presume that that's what I have to deal with if I want to have the... Whichever gem is in the box gem, and I just really hope that I don't have to go, you know, get both, like go on the death route for the box gem as well, because that would be kind of horrible. I think I can... I think I know what that death route is actually going to look like, and I'm not looking forward to that. But all in due time, as they say. Oh shit, I'm not dead. There we go. For some reason I forgot that you can actually survive those things with the mask. And I will gladly take this, but... really cannot overstate the fact that I really hope that I don't have to do the death route for the... just to be able to get a gem here. Getting the freaking death route is gonna be kind of an adventure in and of itself, but at least let it be self-contained, because I feel like what that death route contains is just gonna be my worst nightmares in this game. Keep on building it up, and get the feeling that didn't I have a problem with that exact same jump the first time I did this level? I'm pretty sure that I did. There's not a lot of room to take up a running start and jump over that hitbox, so... Oh jeez. Okay, come on. But sure, I also commented on this one box. It's being like, you know, if the nitros get blown up, wouldn't that box also get blown up? I couldn't even have to get that in theory, but wouldn't be surprised if it do like a really underhanded thing to prevent that logic from working, but I guess I don't really have to worry too much about that now that I've dealt with it anyway. Okay, come on. Please, please, please tell me that I can at least get the box gem from this run of the stage. That's what I want to hear right now. Oh, okay. Okay, there we go. There's the exit, and when I go into the exit, what exactly will I see? I only hope it's good news, and it's giving me this instead. Why are you giving me this? Okay, hold the fuck up. I'm gonna have to do some reading on this level now. Three different paths, two outdoor and one indoor. The first path, blah blah blah. Do you know the battle illusion? Monster wears a death route and return to the skull platform in order to collect a regret. Fucking Christ. That's what I was afraid of. That's exactly what I was afraid of. Okay. So I basically did this for nothing at the time being. Well, who's ready to do that again? I mean, I get the feeling that this is definitely gonna be the biggest obstacle between me and 100% completion of this game at this point. I guess my main concern right now is gonna be twofold. It's gonna be grabbing all the boxes, but also not dying before I get to the death platform. I was really hoping that I wouldn't have to worry about those things simultaneously, but here we are. I knew I remember this level for a reason. Whatever. I mean, I have 79 lives, so I would like to presume that I'm not really gonna be wanting for that, but okay. I was doing this just a few minutes ago, so I really have all this crap fresh on my mind still, so let's do this. Let's do that. Let's actually break these things before I even go into the bonus level, because I won't like to presume that I don't have to deal with this again after I come back out of it. I would like to presume that it doesn't respawn. It's based on the fact that it came down here once. Yeah, whatever. Okay, we'll deal with all of them. And there's gonna be like 30 boxes at the end of this. 29. Oh god, okay. Would have been really stupid if I had somehow missed that one box. I thought I did remember there being 30 boxes at the end of that bonus round. Okay, we're not actually up to that thing yet, the death round, but it will be very, very soon. We got 2 Waku Waku masks, which I would hope would actually come in handy in just a second if what I just read on that wiki page was true. And just after a couple more of these fuckers. There is the death platform. Right, let me just get on that immediately. And yeah, I already see the reason why I have the memory that I do of this place. And I see another one immediately. Favorite part of this game, just dealing with the ice. What a friggin' thing to have in this way. Okay. And then stuff like this, Jesus. I get the feeling that maybe, just maybe, I actually had a look at this death route when I was doing like my just regular run of the game yesterday, but I was specifically groaning because I remember this place existing. So we are definitely gonna have to backtrack to, you know, that place back there to fucking hit one of the boxes that didn't materialize. Definitely better keep that in mind and, you know, deal with shit like this, so. Oh, there's the final Waku Waku mask, so that could have come in handy, and if I had actually managed to get that before running straight into the fucking death segment. Oh gee, how far do I really have to go before I'm able to backtrack and get that other thing out of the way? I would hope not very far, but not exactly being reassured here. Come on, please give me a switch. Please give me something that isn't just horror. Oh, if you could just keep on giving me this stuff. What a freaking juxtaposition that is. Whatever. Oh, there's a switch and there's the gem, there's a gem, but I'm kind of fucked now. Hold on. Actually, hold on a moment. I just realized what I have to do. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna have to do this in several stages regardless, so. Or am I? Let me try something. What happens if I die here without getting the checkpoint? Where does that put me? Okay, it puts me here. Am I still gonna be able to get to the death path at this point? Because I technically died after I cleared the death path. If I am able to get to the death path, then I should be able to get both gems. Because I just realized what I wasn't quite clear on it, but I'm pretty sure I just realized what I'm actually able to, or supposed to do. I had to get the fucking box gem in this level, and it is horrible. I would rather not have to redo that fucking gem path in any capacity ever, but that might be my only option, depending on what I see here. Because I'm definitely completing the level at this point, you know, regardless of what I see here. Now I can do it, okay. So here is the deal. Here's what you're supposed to do in order to be able to get both that other gem and... okay, no, never mind. You're supposed to break these boxes, basically. I thought that you were supposed to like go farther down this path and see if there were more boxes that you could break, and then... and then backtrack to where that checkpoint was, which is where you can go into the death path, but not quite as I envisioned it, at least. Okay, I presume that there are no boxes missing, so I have to fucking do this path at least 3 times. Once, just to clear it. Then the second time backtracking back to that point, just so I can get whatever box materializes there after I get the you know, the switch box. And then one more time just to get to the end again. That is... well, you know what word, you probably know what word I would want to use to describe that at this point. Come on. And even, like, just based on how this thing looks, this stack of boxes, it looks like it might not even be possible for me to get all the way back across if I mess up that jump. Christ. And then that just happened for no good reason. Actually, can I get up there? Let me try something before I even, like, go past this point. Can I not? No? Here's the thing, it looks like I can't. No, I can't. So if I mess up the jump on whatever boxes are spawning here after they spawn, then I won't be able to backtrack at all. I won't be able to... and I won't be able to get whichever one is... for fuck's sake. Okay, I'm convinced that you were gonna need at least one mask to get past that stack of nitro boxes, though. So better just try to hold on to that one. Alright. I believe I can do it, though. Just gonna be a bit of a draining experience, but... oof, okay. I'm gonna try to keep that in mind as well, the freaking... you know, this being right after the hedgehogs. Alright, that is done. If I can just manage to stay untouched until this part, in which I... okay, that time I somehow managed to get through without that being an issue, but then that happened, and now this is going on, so I'm just stuck there and can't fucking get out. That is just a terrible sequence. But it looks like we're gonna have to do it. Question is, when is that really gonna be done at this point? Well, you know I've done this in the past. I did it in Insane Trilogy, and I very, very distinctly remember this nonsense being the same in that version, so... keep on telling myself that. Okay. Okay, there. That time I was able to stop myself after making this jump. Have to be as careful there. Just get past this quickly and then... deal with the seal the deal. You know, speaking of absurdly, really nonsensically difficultly designed games, seal the deal is a thing that exists. Okay, so after this, that's where the switch is. So I think that, well, the switch and then right after that is the friggin' gap, so there we go. I think I can, there we go, I managed to stop myself there. And now I have to go back. Oh, Jesus Christ, okay. I obviously do not know what the way is gonna be like when I go back, so I'm gonna have to keep dealing with this nonsense. I still think it absolutely absurd that you have to freaking do it this way, but whatever. Do the same ridiculously difficult path multiple times like this, but... oh well, you know, old video games that ping.txt, I don't know. That mean where it's like, yeah, old video games do this kind of thing too, where they just artificially extended the difficulty so you could get more playtime out of it, or increase the difficulty. But would that really have been that big of a thing when this came out? I feel like a lot of the time when people talk about that, it would be talking about like NES games and what have you. I feel like that's still prominent in a few different ways. I feel like at least when, like even today, but I feel like when people do it today, they don't necessarily do it to artificially draw out playtime, but I mean, maybe some of them do. How do I know? Okay, that's not what I wanted to do, obviously. I obviously did not mean to do that either, but... apparently my intentions do not translate very well to action right now. Let's see. I feel like some changes are at least happening though. Like I don't keep dying to the same thing over and over again, at least I keep taking on slightly newer ways of trying to strategize my approach and keep finding new ways to screw up, but I like to believe that some progress is being done. And here at least I have a pretty much unlimited amount of chances of doing this with how many lives I'm getting consistently, so I can at least fall back on that. Okay, hedgehog, and then this. Still though, every single time that I see something like this, where pretty much my best recourse is to just memorize everything that's coming up in a platforming sequence, or just an general action game type sequence, I feel like it reminds me of one of the most absurdly difficult games that I ever played, which was Haunted Castle, one of the pretty much the arcade version of Castlevania 1. Where that game is just so fucking absurdly difficult, really the only thing that you can do to stand the ghost of a chance at beating it is to memorize everything that happens in minute detail. And act accordingly. Okay. It's gonna be another series of nitro boxes after this sequence of 2 boxes, then this, and then a sequence of like 3. And then one more, and then this fucking thing, which I was hoping wouldn't result in me taking a hit, but here we are. I would really hope that I don't slide right into that thing. I'm fighting so hard to keep that from happening. Okay, so there's this one box, then there's a sequence of 3. And that. And yeah. I really need to friggin' draw out the entire plan for this place in my head, aren't I, if I don't want to die. So at the end there's a sequence of 3 nitro boxes, then one more to the right. It's not floating, it's on the ground. And before that there's, well, I guess we'll be able to express that with more detail when I look at it again, but... come on, do the thing. This hopefully wouldn't be a problem, at least if I manage to get this far back. But obviously I have no way of saying for sure, considering how well I've done so far. Okay. Okay, that thing. activated, but not close enough to where it actually hit me, but then that fucking happened, so it didn't fucking matter. Okay. Okay, so after that there's a sequence of 2 of these things, and there's a floating nitro box on the right, and then one that's not floating on the left, and then there's another one of those stupid things. I'll figure out the rest later. Okay. And then I will be blown up by something that I'm pretty sure that I jumped over, but we're starting to get into details there. Okay, so I need to figure out exactly what the sequence is at this point, so this is also as far back as I need to go to be able to get all the boxes at least, so... okay. I don't actually have to wait for that freaking hedgehog to notice me and become invincible and then stop being invincible again at least. Okay, I think I've gotten to the point where I get a free mask at the beginning of the... right after I respawn. So maybe that'll help. Let's see. Can we get an extra hit now, and hopefully that'll actually... used. Okay, there's one box there, and then there's one of these things. And there's one and one in the air, and then there's 3 in sequence like this, and then there's this fucking stuff. Which always hits me when I'm going in that direction, but it's whatever. Okay, here. Okay. Keep going. There's one in the air, and then there's one that's not in the air. There's this, and then there's one on the ground, and then... okay, this is the first time I've made it this far, and now there's more boxes that have materialized, and... oh, hey, I thought that these ones were going to be breakable ones, but... at least it's merciful in that regard. And it's this, and this is where the hedgehogs used to be. Hopefully they'll be just permanently gone, and they are. Okay, I made it back here, which is where, like, the one remaining box would be. Is it just a box? Yeah, it's just a fucking box with 1 extra life, but... didn't think that that was, like, the only thing that I was missing from the death route. That there were gonna be at least a few more that I needed to get from here, but... all I can really do at this point is hope that I will manage to get to the end of the death route again. Okay, I've been over this how many times. I've actually made mental notes for myself and everything. There. Okay, I made it to the end, so all I can hope at this point is that when I make it to the end of the stage again, all that shit that I just went through will actually yield something. I find it kind of surprising how the freaking way to send the penguin flying there, it actually goes exactly through the one box that's not a TNT box in the corner. But I suppose I probably shouldn't consider that as something that I need to comment on too much, because it works in my favor. In a way, I don't know what it would look like if it didn't work in my favor, but, you know. I still don't consider this to be nearly as much of a sadistic game as, and yes, there's that word again, but nearly as much of a sadistic game as Crash 1, as far as being able to collect all those gems and whatnot, but, you know, still perfectly capable of doing stuff like that. Something that I hope will also not be nearly as much of a deal, comparatively speaking, as if I try to get everything in Crash 3, but I think the problem with Crash 3 would be that that's a game that introduces relics, and which are the fucking... oh, goddammit. Which are the freaking speedrun challenges, and that just happened, okay. At this point it's whatever. I've been wanting to bother acknowledging that after what I just went through. And hey, when I played the Insane Trilogy, I remember only getting the, like, I'm not getting all the fucking relics, screw that, if I try to, like, 100% Crash 3, but... excuse me, what the fuck? How? Did that somehow did dying after the death route somehow invalidate the... I truly, earnestly want to believe that it didn't. But honestly, after all that, I feel like I have no choice but to just abandon that. That notion. Yeah, here's what I'm going to do. Obviously can't go back to the death route. I'm going to take a moment to acknowledge the truth, which is that I completed the death route. I got everything in it. And I managed to collectively do that and reach the end of the level without dying. After I was out of the death route, whether it may not have been in one go, but it certainly did happen, so that is definitely out of the way, and I definitely have the entitlement that I need to have acquired that gem as well. As far as I'm concerned, that is the most important part of that, so... Since I effectively have that gem, I will continue to act and proceed as if I have that gem, both in that arbitrary numerical display as well as in the truth. And I will act upon that entitlement when the time comes. So yeah, now that I managed to do that, because I absolutely did, I will go into the rest of these stages, which would hopefully, or presumably, be trivial to get through compared to what I just went through there. Like even the one that, one of the ones that has the bear, which honestly surprises me that there are any levels like this where that have this kind of formula where I just ride the bear where I don't already have the gem. But I hoped, well, that's something that happened. I presume that there's some kind of explanation for that, even if I can't figure out what it would be straight off. And yep, we can actually do that dash in these stages as well, but there's literally no reason for you to do so. Makes a lot more sense to just run at the normal speed and keep on running at the normal speed, and that just happened. I get the feeling that that small group of boxes near the beginning is literally the reason why I don't have the gem for this stage yet. There. You know, that was literally the reason why it didn't deign itself to acknowledge that I did in fact earn the box gem in the previous level. If the reason for that was that you apparently need to not die at all after you get out of the death route, then I would just chalk that up to be the exact same thing that led me to not want to bother getting all the content in Crash 1, so... There's not really a difference in my handling of those stages either way. And by those stages, I guess I just collectively mean any stages in which that's a requirement to get a gem in either game, so pretty much the entirety of Crash 1, except for the one that I did manage to get because it was trivial. I don't even remember which specific stage it was, but you know. See, I don't know why you would use the dash at all in any stages other than the one that where you're forced to just to be able to make some jumps. Given that, for example, in this one, it would actually make sense to do the opposite and actually try to slow down for a little bit so you could... Well, first of all, try to figure out why you got hit by something invisible there, but also try to figure out why or how you were able to get boxes that are in two opposite horizontal ends of the track. apparently you just kind of get lucky, and that's the actual resolution for that. Okay, so I did absolutely break everything in that stage, right? There's absolutely no reason why I shouldn't get a gem, and I'm pretty sure that I also kind of remember doing that the first time I went through this stage. There's no way that was any different. And there we go. Crash, crash. That's another one where you get chased by a giant rock, right? Yeah, it's the same kind of problem that I had with Crash Dash. But hey, look how close we are. We're 92% there. I know we are at least 92% close. Because of what I know that I know what I am entitled to. Based on my actions. Come on. Oh, does that count? You know, I'm actually not gonna risk it. Yes, I could actually try to pay attention. Let's see, because I got 0 broken boxes now. It's 3. It's at 7 when I only broke the bottom 2 from that cluster of them. When I broke them all myself, it's still 7. Okay, so it does count technically. So that's uncharacteristically generous of the stage to let me have those. And what was back here? Was it just like the crystal from the first time we had to go through here? I think it might have been something like that, but... Well, there's more boxes, so clearly we need to figure it out regardless. More boxes and just... pretty sure this is just a shortcut to get back to the beginning of this path as well. I remember that much, yeah. Well, this is easy peasy at least. Pretty sure I've already been through the worst of this game, as I said. I kept suspecting, and I kept on being, having that notion be confirmed to me. Oh. Oh yeah, hold on, I'm pretty sure we actually need to do this. Don't we? Maybe, possibly. I guess not necessarily the first time, you can just fall and grab all this stuff as well. I don't think I did that at all the first time I did this stage and I went through this bonus area, but... Okay, could this be the final stretch here? Because I'm pretty sure that was the one that always gives me trouble in these stages, but... I'm pretty sure this would also be technically the final stage of this type that I would have to 100% if that is in fact the case, because I already took care of the one that... Oh yeah, this fucking thing. How do I deal with this? I think that legitimately the only way to break those freaking steel boxes is to belly flop them, but that obviously takes a second to do. Oh, okay. So after this, these 2, 3 things. There's a snaking path, and after that is where this thing comes in. And can we still run away? Nope, apparently not. If I actually take the time to belly flop that, there's also like 2 boxes on the 2 ends of the screen right after that. So I'm just kind of confused as to what exactly the intended course of action is there. Oh, that time it kind of got lucky since landed on the thing that helps you be. What happens if I do this first? Okay, there, I can do this, I can do that, and that. I thought at least, but oh, that's literally right at the end of the stage too, so I have to presume that that's pretty much the intended course of action there. You have to like take all of these boosts so you have enough distance. Have the time to do that, question mark. Oh. Two, 3. Do that here and do that here and okay, there we go. That time I managed to do it. I just kind of got lucky even with how finicky that is. Okay, there we go. Another thing that caused me trouble in the past, conquered. Is that pretty much everything in this hub? I think that might be. Except for whatever's to the right of me, unless I somehow already got that and got everything in that level. Which would be surprising, but no, apparently that's exactly what happened. So let's go to hub number 3. What am I missing exactly now? Let's see. There's apparently 1 gem that I'm missing in sewer later. Missing 7 gems. Missing 1 there. And apparently that's pretty much the only thing that I'm missing on this hub. %93% to be complemented by those 7 gems. Let's see. I would like to presume that the gem that I got from this level is the box gem, but I'm not even sure. So what's missing from here would either be something that I get out of a death root or a color gem platform of some kind. I guess we'll see. Okay, so those things sink down after you step on them independently of, independently of whether or not you stay stepping on them. Okay, I don't know how I'm not stepping on the platform there, but I get the feeling that, you know, after dealing with that ice level might not have, the aftermath of that might not be like the best state of mind for me to be for the remainder of this, but I'm willing to take a look at things anyway. I get a feeling that there might be a few more extra challenging things left in the upper stages as well. But if there are, I certainly don't remember they're nearly as freaking distinctly as what I went through before. No, apparently the thing that I was missing here was, in fact, a gem platform, so maybe I was actually missing the box gem after all. I guess we'll see. Oh, Jesus Christ, okay, that's a great start. That's a doubly great start. What a friggin' specific space to fall into there to be able to be hit by something like that. or for something like that to be able to hit you, I think. It kind of looks like there's no real break in the water being electrified in this that particular room, so that's different. Okay. I definitely jumped before I was off the platform, but I see that apparently the gem that you can collect down here. The gem that you can collect down here, so maybe this is pretty much the equivalent of a death route after all. It just happens to be a colored gem platform instead, where you can just grab one without having to do anything too special. Just need to get through this one room to get to it, it seems, so that's something of a motivator, I guess. Oh shit, I jumped this at a completely wrong time. But somehow managed to get across anyway. Okay. Man, can you imagine if you were able to like sand gems and crystals flying off like you could with fruit by attacking them by accident? Wouldn't that be something special? I guess I have to technically get through the rest of this as well, but doesn't seem like it's as much of a hassle as the and then there's this. And then there was that guy just like teleported back to the left hand. So where does that put me exactly? And more importantly, does it take the gem away from me? No, it doesn't. Okay, so fuck the gem path. I'm just gonna go this way now and have those things extend mysteriously. Alright. I don't even know if... yeah, I don't even have to be like extra careful with breaking all the boxes in this section either, I don't think. I'm pretty sure the fact that I needed to go down the gem path for the other gem confirms that I've already gotten the box gem from this level. But hey, you know, it's nice to grab more things. That's what I should just take the rest of this to be at this point. It's nice to grab more things. There is still more nice times to be had in this game, to a degree. They're gonna have to be worked for. Kept an eye out for. What they're gonna be there. But you know, there's you know, as much of an experience as that other death path was. I think that it's still preferable to a few other things that I can think of from other Crash games. Like if I played Crash Team Insanity on stream, which I think I might very well do at one point, I don't think I'm gonna even attempt to bother trying to get all the gems in that game, because of the just the nature of how they're collected a lot of the time. Or you pretty much have to replay entire levels just to be able to have another shot at them sometimes. Because it's just like, I think pretty much you don't have to do anything too special, like, you know, to break all the boxes. I don't think that's a factor at all in that game, but what you do have to do is get them from the levels themselves. Usually they're just like out in the open somewhere in the world, but as you might expect, they're most of the time in something of a tricky position, so it can be pretty annoying to deal with a lot of the time, especially since a lot of the time they're like right before a checkpoint, and if you hit that checkpoint, I'm pretty sure it's very, very easy to do by accident. And yeah, we didn't get all the boxes, but whatever. You pretty much have to replay not just even necessarily one level, but you might even have to redo like a whole sequence of levels to get another shot at that. Oh, there we go. A bit of slowdown with that animation, but that's fine. Honestly, don't know why this particular. Maybe it's because of all the polygons on the screen or one of those details like that. So what would we be missing from hub number 4 here? Probably not that much either. Let me see. Oh, I didn't mean to go all the way to hub 5, but might as well check that out. As long as I am up here. So I've got piston it away. There's 2 freaking things to grab from that level. One to grab from Night Fight. Ooh. I think that one would be a particularly tricky one from what I remember of the way that level is structured. One from Spaced Out. Why don't I check out whatever's missing from the top hub first? I feel like that might be a better idea. 6% to go. Surely I can deal with that. I get the feeling that the deal with piston it away is that if this is the type of level that I was thinking of, right? Which is one of the industrial side-scroller ones, 2D. Well, kind of 2D plane at least. Come on. I was gonna say, why the hell did I not break that box? Oh shit, well, fuck. Pretty sure that I just disqualified myself from being able to get at least one of the gems on here, thanks to that happening, so... Well, let's give it a try. You know, how bad could it be? We've been through this before. And it's not like we're being pushed into a completely different area with completely different rules, like in that snow level, so... Okay, this thing doesn't change its position, so I can just jump on it. This thing also does not change its position. That kind of got buggy there, because I wasn't sure if it was going to or not. This thing also does not change its position. I thought that nearly all of them did, but after like the first couple of them, but... Oh, at least I survived. And at least there's a checkpoint crate right there, and I get the feeling that I kind of screwed up by fucking coming into the level with an Akubaku mask and... you know, having that thing where... kill myself after accidentally breaking one of the boxes by that stopped me from being able to access another part of the another group of them, because I think there might be a death route on this level, unless I'm just completely wrong and there's like a color gem platform, which might also be the case. I think there's like a, you know how there's 2 levels of this type. I think the way it works is that there is there's a deathless route in one of them, and then the other one is a color gem platform, but I'm not even sure. Guess we're gonna find out though. Ooh. That works. Nope, this was the one with the death route, so I kinda screwed up already. I just restart. I feel like yeah, just go back to the warp room, honestly. What if I go into the other one? That one's death route. What about this one? I apparently grabbed one of the gems in this one, so maybe this is the one that has the color gem platform, so ostensibly this would be the easier one. Oh, wait. This is the one with those platforms that kill you if you dare to do something as daring as touch the sides of them. Which is a very, very interesting notion. To say the least. Yeah, there we go, there's a color gem platform right here, so... that answers my question as to which one of these had that. Well, couldn't really see the platform ahead of me before I made that jump, so that's an interesting way to present a challenge. And that just happened. Yeah, I might be getting a little impatient after all that level put me through. Let's try this one more time. Let's see how it goes this time now that I know about that hazard ahead of time. Which I would probably maintain is the only way that I could you know, see this. Well, you can kind of see that hazard ahead of time, but still. There. This team, oh boy. There's a second color gem platform over here. I don't know what I expected. This is actually going to be a sequence where you need all of the color gems to be able to get to the end of this obstacle course. Definitely that we might be going for something like that, yes. Oh boy, I can't see what's ahead of that jump, but I guess I have no choice but to deal with it. Yep, apparently we're gonna need all the color gems to get to the end of whatever this path is. Okay, okay, that's how. Well, now that I know that that's eventually coming, I guess I'm gonna have to wait for that thing to actually get here. It does seem a little bit more relaxed once you get after the, get past the official obstacle there, and then that happens, which I beg to beg the question of how you're supposed to deal with that timing. And yeah. It's not a great starting design for this level to have that thing right there, but well, at least whatever, I get a free mask. That's, you know, unlike the placement of this platform, that's actually a good idea. To give me that after a certain number of attempts. Oh fuck. Yeah, it's actually not supposed to do that there, was I? I think I should have specifically avoided to do okay, sure. I specifically avoided doing that, doing a sliding jump, but at the same time there's something that can't help but make me think that I should have been able to survive that that jump on top of that thing. I don't even know if any of these monsters have like official names or whatever individually. They probably don't. I think this is one of the series that does that very meticulously. But hell, I don't know. I mean, they obviously do put some degree of care into the design of each of these individual creatures and what have you, but yep, I maintain that that should definitely have worked, that jump, both that time and the time before. It's something that I cannot help but feel is the truth. But yeah, I don't know if there are fairly detailed designs for each of these creatures includes a name necessarily. Features and hazards, I mean, I guess some of these things would technically not qualify as creatures since they're presumably inorganic, but who knows? I mean, do the pistons have names? Did I have to do the very obvious spawn in the level name? Do they lead back to that? Okay, there. Okay, that is done. Oh, there's a friggin'... yeah, enemy waiting for me on the other end of that. At least I still have the mask to presumably fall back onto. No pun intended. Okay, so how is this supposed to work? Because obviously there is, even if you jump at the last possible moment here, there's no... okay, there, it's much better timed. So you're just supposed to not do anything the first time you approach. You specifically have to wait for a different opportunity, it seems. Oh boy, how's this gonna work? There. I guess that's how. It's pretty, you know, I'm kind of tired of saying statistics, I will say, or maybe not tired, but a little self-conscious about that now, so I'll say interesting placement. Even though I've also been using that word a lot when I talk about stuff that seems a bit unfair. That's another term that I can use for what I mean. Hey, there we go. At least we got to the end of that route. And we can't even just walk through like with all the other gem things. Can you imagine just walking through that and not realizing that you didn't grab that gem after all that nonsense? Well, it wasn't nearly half as bad as the other freaking stage that I did before, but like I said, but... where does that put me exactly? Need to do the deathless route on the... on Piston Way, ostensibly. There's the one in Night Fight. I will save after that. I am now at 95%. I guess I will attempt this one more time, now that I know that I apparently need to not die. Maybe I'll be able to do a little bit better. Sure, I'm also gonna have to be... oh, it's already... R.I.P. I never know how that happened, but there you go. Come on, I want to at least take a look at this deathless path, and as a matter of fact, depending on what that looks like, that may or may not motivate me to decide how I want to close out the stream, because I feel like I don't want to go for very much longer independently of what happens. I can tell you right now that also independently of what happens, this will definitely be the final stream that I do for the extra stuff in this game. And I will see the extra ending to this game, as I will have become entitled to after what I've been through. Question is exactly how are we going to arrive at that? Okay, that time I didn't lose to a pretty nonsensical sudden death there, so that's nice. Well, that did happen, but at least I'm still alive, so it's whatever. Why do I get a feeling that that's the exact same thing that happened last time? Well, pretty sure this guy is gonna change his position. We've already seen one of them, the ones that do, so... would be pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? Facetious? Probably. pretty facetious to assume that any ones after that point are not gonna do the same. I don't want that fruit. I can't live without it. Still not at the Deathroot platform. I think that has me slightly distressed, but at least we got another mask. There it is, okay. Gonna get right on it immediately, and depending on what I see on the other end of this platform, right, might determine what I will do after this. I will handle the rest of this, and hey, that's a good start. Right, because I died on the Deathroot itself, that should still mean that I'm able to get back on it, I would imagine. Yep. I think that's how this game handles that. If you die at any point during the level, then everything that you did during the Deathroot is undone for some stupid reason, even if you're already after it, after you've already cleared it. Which definitely shouldn't happen, but it does seem to be how it works. Why wouldn't it be, I guess? Even if they have, you know, stuff like this. Checkpoints, which you would presumably expect. Oh crap. Yeah, I don't really see how you would be able to get through that platform without having to take a hit. Okay, there we go. Now taking a hit, or at least having to rely on your invincibility period. Okay, I did there. I don't know how you could get on top of that platform, or, well, not a platform, but you know what I mean. On top of that thing which acts as a platform, as a bounce pad, without... Wait, what? Oh. Oh, yeah, that's still death. I dare to think that maybe because you could still move around a little bit after that. That would not be an automatic death sentence, but it was. Why don't you know it? And that thing, of course, does not kill the enemy itself, so... I don't know how I did that, but I guess that's what you're expected to do. The question is how you're expected to do not this... Well, yes, that, if it's gonna treat it like that. Exact same jumping notion that I did the previous time, but that time it had different results. You know what they say about the definition of insanity? Well, like I have said in a different context, in a few different contexts a few times in the past, like, how do you deal with that when you actually do the same thing over and over again and get different results? What is that called? Okay, there. I guess you're supposed to do the fucking... You have no choice but to assume that you're supposed to do the fucking slide jump just to be able to. I get that. Okay. Interesting. Apparently you're supposed to not only do that... I mean, that's not too bad, I guess, but... I think my patience is kind of shot at this point, so... I think my level of entitlement is... at a... very specific level at this point, so... Because of that, I'm going to acknowledge my entitlement to certain gems a different way once again, so I have 39 gems at this point, which means I would be missing 3. One of them would be right here in Night Fights. I'm pretty sure I looked at that level before. I don't remember if that has like a death route. I think it might. I'm gonna go check it out. Yeah, I'm actually gonna try this. Yeah, Night Fight. How do you get the gem in this level? I guess the 1 gem in this level. No, apparently 2 gems in this level. I don't know if I got the one of them before. I'm gonna go back to the warp room real quick actually, just so I can try and figure that out, because according to this there's 2, but no, apparently I did get 1. Okay, let me see. I wonder which one I did get, because I obviously can't keep track of like, if there's multiple ones. Did I get the one that was from getting the boxes, or did I get the one that was from whatever alternative mean? Let's see. Easiest way is to get the right path, and then at the end, backtrack until... Okay. Now, apparently there is a death route, so presumably if there was a death route, presumably I got that one. Let's go. If there is a death route, then I would like to presume that I've already gotten that, but I really don't know. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I actually managed to get like the boxes from this level and then... I just never was able to access the death route for some reason, but I don't know. Actually, I can definitely see myself if there is a death route, like... not being able to access it because of just running into a pit. Before I realized that existed, so I guess I'm gonna do that actually. I'm gonna take the death route path instead. I get a feeling that might be the ticket here. Death route, which is apparently partially populated with these freaking flying death orbs, which I keep on complaining about. Because of the way that they behaved on the first Crash game. And they still continue to behave in this game as far as I can tell. They're just invulnerable. Really that simple. Did I really not realize that there was a death route here before? I get the feeling that might have been the case. Did I take the death route? Hold on. Did I mess up? Did I think I got anything from the death route? No, so I guess if I got one gem from this level, it must have been the one that was on the death route. Hold on. Yeah, I get a feeling that I would have to like redo this, but yeah, let's just get to the end. If I'm gonna have to like restart this level at this point. Which I would presume is gonna have to be the case if the one that I'm missing is the box one. Well, I'm already at the end anyway, so the box one is in fact the one that I'm missing. And even though I wasn't paying attention, according to a thing that I'm looking at in the background, it will appear, it would be suggested that there's only a couple of boxes right at the end of the death route, so... Apparently the easiest way to go about this would be to go to where the path rejoins, and then... like that, take the path that isn't the death route first, and then... keep going until the path rejoins, and then go down the death route path, the other end of the death route path for a little bit until we get a couple of other boxes. And that is apparently how you do the box jam, but I guess we'll see how true that is. In just a second. I don't know why I'm speaking in such a stilted fashion, but I can probably take a guess. I mean, you can take a guess why I'm doing anything that's not something a person in their clear mind, his or her clear mind, would do. There, okay, there we go. I also need to get the checkpoint boxes from the regular route, which should pretty much be inaccessible if you don't take the route that isn't the death route. please, let's grab this firefly. Well, okay, that just happened, but I think I also do remember doing this special stage before and realizing that the optimal way of doing it is to actually go ahead of the firefly a little bit and then backtrack so you have the time to break all these boxes. How about this? How many boxes are in this cluster of boxes? Presumably a good amount, but get as many of them as possible before you go back and get the fireflies and have to spend time breaking them after that. And there we go, perfect. So you know we do need to break all the boxes to make this work. It's like 40 something and what's going on? Okay. I think I also got scared from that very same stage before where it's like, oops, I sure hope it didn't freeze. And there we go. Let's backtrack here. I sure hope, okay, there we go. There's like a couple boxes waiting here. Yeah, 2 boxes I think. These are the only ones that would be missable. You don't backtrack for this, but there's another firefly that you can get if you go back for those 2 boxes. And sure enough, that little tidbit of information was absolutely right. And now we can just hit the checkpoint, and I think it would probably be trivial to just do the rest of this at this point. I'll better just confirm it. Certainly is a breath of fresh air to be doing something like this after all the nonsense that came before it and the freaking deathless roots in the other levels. Okay, there we go. One more gem to add to the collection. And with that we have every single gem on this this hub. So time to go back to the 4th one, which really would be the only one which we're missing anything at this point. Or would it actually? Yeah, we're missing one in Hanging Out, and we're missing one in Ruination, and we're missing one in... No, we're not. We're only missing 2, as a matter of fact. So there you go. We are in fact at 98% right now. And I guess the one hanging out must be the one that's the box gem, because it's the only one that's missing. There's Hanging Out again. Is it one of the sewer levels where you just do the monkey bars shtick most of the time? Yeah, I think it is. So this probably won't be that big of a deal. Even if the sewer levels aren't like the... don't exactly fill me with confidence that I'm gonna do well in them, but still. I've already been through worse. Okay, I also do not remember about these fuckers that just like completely dash through the tube and try to attack you, because I'm pretty sure that's actually the only time. This is definitely the only level with this general design where they do that. Oh, definitely... there. With the sliding jump there. Well, now that I know that's gonna happen... There. And at least a little bit further down the tube we can see them coming before they actually are right in your face. Well, sometimes you can, sometimes you can't, actually. There's nothing there. And there must have been a reason why I couldn't get that box gem before. It's been like a freaking... I don't know. Is it like a special gem platform or something like that? I get the feeling that it might have been something like that. Because we'll find out for sure. In just a little bit. Alright, I forgot about that. You're not supposed to be able to step off the railing in this parts. Even though it's not, I feel like it definitely be visually expressed better that apparently it's supposed to be hot. And that will happen, but it's not really. Oh well, it's an artifact. The feeling that to some degree, the speedrunning thing that some crazy people do might have been born of impatience of trying to, like, play through certain parts of a game several times and just wanted to do that get through that as quickly as possible without getting hung up on minor details. I get the feeling that might have had something to do with it, at least initially. I don't necessarily see the process of actually doing that, of actually getting there to a point where you can actually do that quickly to be fun, though, but different story entirely. What was over here? Oh, there's another thing, but shoot, I don't remember. What are you supposed to do to go forward here? I'm actually gonna go ahead and reference this so I don't get screwed over by some kind of surprise. Okay, let's see, sewer. Yeah, hanging out. How do I get the box gem in this stage, or well, the only gem in this stage, I think. Turns around and heads backward after the second drop. He'll find a hole in the ground. Blah blah blah. Speed versions. Blah blah blah. Secret warp to the. Oh yeah. I guess I didn't actually. Didn't actually take the normal exit to this level initially. It was just that one. So I guess I don't have to fall down that hole if I want to get the actual gem. That would appear to be the case. Can I get on top of this? Yes. Do I want? Okay, yeah. I do want to do this immediately, but sure, because I can just use this bouncing platform down here to get to the bottom here. Oh, and then that just happened, which I suppose was not technically supposed to happen, because then I can't actually get past that point. Alright, one more time. I mean, you can just maybe get past these things by... No, apparently this one doesn't actually let you run over the edge, so... Oh well, you can still do this. Bit of a curious way of doing this, but... There we go. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I don't know why that pushed me so adamantly towards the bottom without letting me move horizontally right at the end, but okay. That's certainly a first. I don't remember if I managed to jump over that first nitro box by actually bouncing off the thing, but I guess I must have. Yep. There we go. I'd like to presume that this is all you have to do to you know, actually get the thing here, the gem. Puts me at another 3 boxes broken, and I don't know how many more I would be missing. Hopefully 0, since I appear to be at the end of the level, and I also appear to have gotten kind of screwed there as far as the slide jump working. And also that. Whatever, there's just 1 more gem after this. Only 4 gems? I don't know what you're talking about, there's only 2 gems left. Certainly done everything that needs to be done to get every other gem in the game except for a couple of them. And so this is the true number. Independently of some possible confusion depending on some figures. Come on. Did we actually get through now? Yeah. Okay, there we go. So this is the penultimate gem. There should be only 1 more left after this, if I'm not mistaken. So I will save. Yep, 99%. And I think the only other one that was missing is right here. It's not there, it's here in Ruination. And I guess one more time I kind of have to wonder if it's in, you know, if it's the one that you get from the boxes or if it's some other special one, but I guess we'll just figure it out. The feeling that it will not turn out to be the one that you get from the boxes, because I feel that at this point in the game I was definitely doing more or less okay in trying to get all of the gems that you would, all of the box gems that you're able to get independently of requirements in levels that have them. Also, I did not realize that, or wasn't patient enough to wait for timing on that by reading ahead there, so better just adjust again. There we go. This is the one, this is the actual level where you do this and you activate the switch box and it's all gonna be nitro boxes, right? Yep. As a matter of fact it is. I'm pretty sure this must be the other one. The green gem platform. Actually, would this have been the other one? It might be a little mistaken, actually, because I feel like I already did this path. This might have been like the only jump path that I might... well, I just happened, but... might be the only jump path that I was actually able to do, so hold on, I'll actually get off that jump platform. Try to ignore it and see what happens. Okay, sure. I get the feeling that I actually am missing the one that's the actual box gem, and that you're actually not supposed to get on the gem platform to be able to obtain that, but... because I don't remember doing this bonus stage before, so... this might have something to do with it. Okay, let me try to break these 2 rows of boxes, and only these 2 rows so that I can... still get on this one and get on top of this other one. There we go. And by rows, I of course mean columns. I said a completely wrong word and then that happened, so you know. Very, very optimized way of dealing with that. That kind of reminds me, though, that block placement right on the edge of that jump. Imagine the kind of shit that you would see in fucking Kaizo Mario stuff. Okay, stand right here and do this. And of course that just happened. Isn't that cool? And can I even escape this now, or am I like... Okay, I can, but only by doing that. Need to stand even farther to the right, it would seem. Really kinda have to question the physics behind the, It's the reason why I'm getting stuck in these boxes. Okay, that time it went a little bit differently, but it's still kind of inexplicable, if you ask me. See, why am I able to get the two columns on the left perfectly, but not the ones on the right? Seems a little suspect. Okay, how the fuck is this supposed to work too? Like, can I jump up here and not hit my head on the block? Well, yes I can, but that also pushes me to the foreground to where I just fall after that, so that's interesting. Unfortunately, I do have to, like, you know what, I'm gonna do this first, just to see if it's even possible to make this jump. There, that's how we're supposed to do it, but... Because now that I've actually confirmed that I can do this again with some quote-unquote confidence. Okay, that time it wasn't a perfect clear, but it was definitely the exception rather than the rule, so... Okay, how is this gonna work though? Gonna be able to avoid damage if I just stand up here? Yeah, the answer is yes, okay, so just do that. Oh boy, how is this gonna work though? I don't think I can bounce off this box. But can I bounce off this box at all? Yeah, yes I can. And then there's this... Wait, what the fuck am I looking at? There we go. That could have gone a lot worse, but I'm satisfied with that. I have faith that in this way I can obtain the final gem of the game, but we'll see. Do see these fire spewing hazard in the background, and I hope that I can get past it, but apparently my patience is not being rewarded. Quite the opposite, in fact. I still will not get on that platform. I'm convinced that that's not what I gotta do here. At least I'm pretty sure that I get to keep all the boxes that I did on the bonus stage and have to redo that. Nope. Bonus stage is already cleared, and it stays cleared. There, maybe this will work. This is another one of these inclined platforms. Yes, kind of, but now it's on an additional plane as well, so this is even more interesting. How the hell was I supposed to move over to the one on the right there? Oh. No, I can wait. Oh, that guy didn't die. That's disappointing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I would have remembered this if I had actually done this path before, so I have to assume that I can... As the green gem path leads you in a completely different direction. Okay, I don't... really see there, but I guess I kind of see there. Something that I will theoretically have to encounter in the future. Again, though, I don't think it's gonna be a big issue, given that I have at least 81 tries. Stay in the foreground, apparently, since it is continually moving to the foreground, but still. Not exactly the most reassuring thing to be looking at. Okay, here we go. Oh, actually I should have done something a little bit differently, I thought, but worked out. Ooh. Alright, sure. And I tried it again too, so is that gonna be enough for me to get the last gem of the game? Yes. I believe that is pretty much it, so. Along with all the effort that I put into clearing the death route in that final hub level, that first final hub level, I think, yeah. And also clearing the death route and doing all that ridiculous nonsense on the ice level, that puts me at 100%. So it is time for me to save. And perhaps take a moment to transport myself into the universe where these facts are, these truths, these certainties are a little better reflected. Excuse me just a moment. And yes, as I prepare to enter into that world, I will take a drink. So I prepare to wrap things up pretty much. Which might be the final sip that I can take off this water, which is not plain water that I have with me right now. Which I really kind of wish I had prepared so that it would be like icy, like in a glass filled with ice. That would definitely be coming in handy today. But alas, I can just take a sip of it regardless. Let me see if I can transport myself back into the present here. As I travel a little back into the place where I was just a moment ago. You know, ignore any bizarre artifacts that may come into visibility soon. Hold on a moment, actually. Do this first. They are clearly insignificant. So that's any visual differences between the present and what you may have been seeing a few moments before. There we go. Back in the old warp room. Back into the present. And at long last, yep, we can have a very, very good look at all of our accomplishments there, and we can take another quick look at, or presumably a quick motion upwards into the place that you would have to go to access the ending. But now that we have all the gems, it certainly did take a while to get there, but we definitely earned every last one of them. We can see the additional ending. Which kind of ironically enough also kind of locks us out of seeing the other ending, but it's whatever, I guess.
Ready, Crash? Would you like to do the honors?
into a few interesting sound bugs here and there, but you know. That'll happen every so often with this perfectly genuine RCA hardware sources that I am using to stream this off, so there we go. Best expression of your glory, right there. The glory of having to redo the friggin' slidey ice path not only one time but 3 times, and also not have to die even after doing that. And also have to do that first industrial level in the final hub multiple times. Once just to be able to clear it, and then have to ostensibly do that multiple times as well. If you want to do that along with the death route in that level, which I wasn't even able to confirm that very thoroughly, but I'm going to presume that, you know, if you're trying to get the boxes from the death route in addition with the boxes from the regular path, it would have the same problem where I'm guessing that if you die after you clear the death route, it just kind of, like after you clear the death route but before you get to the end of the level, it just kind of undoes everything that you did when you were on the death route, so it's just a tiny bit incredibly unreasonable. But hey, we definitely showed that we could do it, so really earned that 100%. And there's the result. Pretty much the only difference is that you see that thing getting blown up, but kind of like with, or should I say in contrast with, you know, the transition between the ending of the first game and this one. Pretty sure you are supposed to see this scene, which is only present in the 100% ending as an integral setup for the way the third game begins, so really that will be a setup. Mutato Musica, Mark Mothersbaugh and Josh Mansell. I don't think I saw the Mutato Musica name, maybe that's like it's just the name of some collaboration between them, but I'm sure I also looked that up after I beat the first game on Monday, and apparently the way that it worked is that I thought it was kind of weird to me that apparently Mark Mothersbaugh worked on this game, since I pretty much would just know him as the composer for Sims 2, but apparently what happened is that Josh Mansell did the actual composition, and yeah, there's absolutely nothing else going on here, no sorry. And Josh Mansell did the actual compositions, but Mark Mothersbaugh was the producer for the music of the game. Apparently that's how that worked. I don't know what Mutato Musica would refer to though, but apparently that's another thing that they felt necessary to include along their names in that version. I don't know, man. Freaking music credits in games can be weird a lot of the time. Something else that I was kind of spontaneously made aware of earlier as well was that I was watching someone play Final Fantasy, not 13, why did I want to say 13? Final Fantasy 10 earlier today, and they were like doing the game for a while, and they finally managed to finish it today, and they saw the credits, and apparently in the credits only 2 people were given a music credit for that game, which are Yunya Nakano and fucking what's his name? Masashi Hamauzu, and that's kind of weird because there's no visible credit for Nobuo Uematsu, even though he definitely worked on that game. He did like the big freaking edgy rock song in that game, as well as a bunch of other stuff, so I thought it was kind of weird that he just didn't show up in the credits for that at all, but maybe there's some kind of explanation for that, I don't know. If it's politics or what, but speaking of music, I think it's time for me to pick shuffle on this list again, so I can maybe this, maybe this, maybe this. I feel like a lot of these would be fitting in a certain way, but we'll go with this one. I feel like I have a bit of a special attachment to this one after realizing that this existed. And head over to the end of the stream. Seems to be kind of quiet today, so maybe I'll just hand things off for the day without doing anything special. And probably for the better anyway, since it's been a little bit earlier than I ended up ending things off the last couple of days, and probably for the better, since I kind of wanted to potentially, or not potentially, but, well, yes, potentially, but what I meant to say was optimally end things off about an hour earlier, but it's whatever. Did manage to get everything in that game, so that certainly closes that up with a... How would you even say this in English? I'm thinking of like one expression in Spanish, but I don't know if you would be able to translate that directly. I don't think you could. Close it off with a golden bow, I don't know. Bow with a golden bow. That's how you would say that word. Bow would imply a different spelling and a different object, but... But the point is, it's now the end. So I think I'll just go ahead and head out. Maybe try to get a little bit of sleep and maybe try to attend the chase, which is going to be in about 7 hours, which is the main thing. That I wanted to... Well, that I typically want to attend to on Thursdays, specifically for that reason. And also, it's, well, since it's past midnight, I'll also probably try to work out this stupid delivery nonsense because it's past midnight. That definitely means that the deadline for a thing getting delivered to me is now out, so I can ask for a refund on that, but I'll deal with that. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and close things off, and I will probably go back to maybe just do Crash 3. I don't know if I really want to commit to getting 100% on Crash 3 after what happened, but I don't know. I feel like it wouldn't necessarily be that difficult to get 100% on Crash 3 from what I remember. Especially considering the different things that are made available to you in Crash 3 compared to the other 2 games beforehand when you're trying to like go back and hunt for 100%, but well, let's just say that after what just happened, when I tried to 100% that game and ran into a couple of snags, I don't really want to commit to anything, so just leave it like that. Ambiguous. And yeah, this order failed. It says on the way, but it's running late, but yeah, your packet may be lost. I'm just gonna say fuck it, I'm gonna request a refund. But yeah, I'll deal with that. Anyway. But yeah, anyway, the short version of everything that I just said is I'll probably try to come back and do Crash 3 Vanilla without 100%ing it, or committing to the idea of eventually 100%ing it even. Probably tomorrow if I can. And if not, then at the earliest opportunity, quote unquote. But for now I'm just gonna head out, so y'all take it easy. Thank everybody for coming like always, thanks for chatting, always great whenever people chat, and I will see you later with this music, which is kinda nice, but the title is triggering me based on what I just went through, so I will yeah, listen to this instead. Seems like a slightly better fit. But yeah, later.